before with the communists destroying culture. Be right. I gave a speech last week warning against the cancel culture and identity politics of the West. It said Russia had seen all this nonsense before with the communists destroying culture.
They don't vaccinate, their numbers are down.
Как это, может быть, кому-то покажется неожиданным, мы в России уже проходили. Просто это уже было.
Sounds like America's the barbarian.
В большевики после революции 1917 года, опираясь на догмы марксизма Маркса и Энгельса, глядя на происходящее в ряде западных стран, мы с изумлением узнаем отечественные практики, которые сами, к счастью, оставили, надеюсь, в далеком прошлом. Борьба за равноправие и против дискриминации превращается в агрессивный догматизм на грани абсурда, когда великих авторов прошлого, того же Шекспира, перестают преподавать в школах и университетах. Потому что они, эти идеи, являются, как там считают, отсталыми. Классики объявляют отсталыми, не понимающими важности гендерного или расового вопроса.
And sure enough, the ABC, I suppose the national broadcaster, also last week showed exactly what Putin was talking about. The same with Q&A host Pratt asking perhaps our greater Shakespeare, big Dunkel, why he didn't have an equal love for actually imaginary masterpieces that were never even written by Aborigines centuries ago. Aborigines didn't actually have enough.
You talked before about your introduction to Shakespeare and what grabbed you. The voices that are not heard here, the Iliads and the Odysseys that have been written here over 60,000 years. Did that not speak to you and Shakespeare did?
And then came the attacks on Shakespeare. First of all, it was too white. Europeans who added such glory to Western civilization.
But Shakespeare is used as the poster boy, right, for Western civilization being the best?
No, I don't agree with that. So Michelangelo or Beethoven or Van Gogh, I mean, you can take your pick about poster boys for Western civilization.
They're all white.
All white. Terrible. And then the list was really up. Shakespeare was also a racist and a sexist.
I find when watching Shakespeare, like let's say something like Othello, for instance, you see these really gross representations of people of colour. In Shakespeare, apparently only 17% of acts of speech are by women characters. Over 80% are by men.
And then Paul McDermott chipped in too, complaining that Shakespeare, yes,
my wife is addicted to live streaming on YouTube.
Guys, I think there's a lot of people with this problem. What's next? I'm addicted to going to work. Hey guys, today I got something to show you. Straight out of the zoo. I mean Dr. Phil. Today I got YouTube's top drama queen, Trisha. Who?
Trisha's hated by almost everybody on YouTube.
Oh my god, her name is actually Trisha, but spelled differently. But we got a new Trisha in town.
I first heard about Trisha's YouTube channel earlier this year. Trisha is a narcissistic, selfish, delusional, attention-seeking bully.
Oh, all right, so this 40-some-year-old woman is trying to live her best life and do things on the YouTubes. And Dr. Phil brought one of her haters to be on the show.
Trisha's hated by almost everybody on YouTube. She uses the platform to tell terrible lies about people.
Oh my God. Why have I never heard of her? Man, there are so many terrible, awful
This one right here. Streets, giving me a long,
This fan of Trisha's, who goes by the name of Dakota Paytas, is well known on social media for being Trisha's #1 supporter. She stood by Trisha through all of her scandals, and she's very vocal about her love for Trisha.
Darby,
people I consider true my friends. Like I'm inviting, I would say, I think there's like 4 fans I'm inviting to my wedding. Catherine, Brian, Danielle, Dakota Paytas, and then Dakota Paytas, who obviously has made a ton of TikToks. I would say she's the most like me in dressing up as me all the time. Like she will get the engagement ring that I have like a day later and do it in a Trisha approach. And I don't know if that's like.
So now that I'm officially invited to Trisha Paytas' wedding, what does like a normal person wear to Trisha Paytas' wedding? I'm literally having a heart attack. Do you ever think to yourself, why am I not going to Trisha Paytas' wedding? Do you ever think, I've been a fan for so long, I deserve to go? I don't know how Dakota got to go. She's so pathetic. I read that in her book. Have you ever thought that? Because if you're wondering how I'm doing, I'm not a family member. I mean,
To dream the impossible dream.
and
To fly
I did that.
the unbeatable foe.
And Trisha even invited her to a wedding. It wasn't until recently when Dakota went off at Trisha for her fiance making chairs out of bunnies.
To run
They have these really tall,
with
narrow.
a breeze
Hey, what is this?
for the ride.
Okay. Say that.
I'm actually shaking right now, but I have to film this video. I have to. Okay, first off, it looked like I was looking at my own little rabbit. That is my emotional support rabbit. You see Dakota on the back of your
Throw your
chest.
arms on top of
People say I stand up for Trisha all the time, which is normally right. But one thing I don't think Trisha knows is that in order to keep rabbits first, you have to and I cannot so that means that there was like 8 more little bunnies that were electrocuted to Trisha Paytas' dining room table. Her dining room table. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get like anyone mad or anything, but this is so wrong. I have to see it. I would not be too funny about just telling Trisha on this topic because this is something I really believe in. And that, Trisha, that is it.
We are gathered here today for the beloved rabbits that were electrocuted for Trisha Paytas' second luxury kitchen table chairs cushions. I am heartbroken. I messaged Trisha and said if this was Mucky, her sister's Pomeranian, you would have used him as a cushion. You wouldn't sit on him at your kitchen table while you did mukbangs for a $5 KFC famous bill. You wouldn't. Their life means more than that. And unfortunately, those rabbits will never get their life back because they will forever be the back of her kitchen table chairs. Not even in her first kitchen, in her second one. Just that day.
After making these TikToks, Trisha's fans started asking
Doctor,
questions.
because in 6 days they didn't figure out you were talking about the internet trolls.
Exactly. That's my phone.
Their haters have sent her more than 3 pieces to her home. She claims one of those pieces was laced with black pepper on it.
Little did I know, 2 of my haters conspired against me, and I'm anaphylactic allergic to black pepper. It's like my whole mouth and my throat.
She says one of these people stalked her, that the hater actually hit her with her car.
I went to get the license plate, so I went after her. She was backing away. My
She
God,
hit you with her car.
She hit me with my car. I had to see the clip.
We actually have the clip.
Okay.
I didn't hit you.
She chased her across the parking lot, got in front of her car, and dove on the hood.
Still attending her wedding. That's kind of shitty she's letting you read.
Let me say
Even though
this.
the wedding
None
is.
of it
Wait, how
needs to
frequently
be
did she invite you? Did she tell you through
None of
text? Just the videos I posted. Right. She invited you but never gave you a date. Yeah, I asked her, but she left me a ring for that too. Now this sucks for Dakota Paytas, Trisha's #1 fan. But are we seriously surprised? Even Trisha's seen how accountable she always hides and hates addressing stuff. I highly doubt she booked someone calling her out at her own wedding. Dakota has had such a love for Trisha for so long. She's never once called Trisha out for anything at all. Not even the reason why Trisha got cancelled. And Dakota got a lot of hate for standing by Trisha, but she continued to support her. So it turns out Trisha has officially invited Dakota Paytas to her wedding. She finally responded to Dakota's message, and Dakota was so hurt and upset that she posted a screenshot of Trisha's message to TikTok.
We finally have a response from Trisha on the rabbit situation. And I'm sorry for her photo. But this is what she said when she was coming at me. You just don't stand me.
Trisha said, I'm really sorry you felt this way. Unfortunately, I'm not this perfect person. It can't please every single person. Obviously, I edited it out because it was distasteful. However, after seeing your TikToks about how grossed out you are about me, maybe it's best we don't follow each other. I do own other things as well, and it just doesn't feel good to see constant attacks on me because you disagree with the lifestyle choice. I understand your hurt and anger, and I apologise to have offended you so much. You don't have an opinion and be angry. Just like don't follow because it's hard for you to see all this. You can continue to post your anger. You just have to remove yourself from seeing it. Dakota responded, I understand. I'm still going to judge you from my ego. I still think I'm a critical person. I just don't think you understand how hurtful this is, but that doesn't discredit everything else about you. Thank you for finally responding though. It honestly hurts me when you leave people unseen.
Searching again. This is going to be just this.
The fear of my idols being everything have is really like surrounding everything. I feel like I can just be a fan on the floor and I don't have to like stop.
She was coming to me. You don't stand there.
Because I didn't have my own pictures. I didn't have my own pictures. But I'm so passionate.
You ran in front of the car and jumped on the
Dakota's voice was shocked and savage for her. I'm surprised. I'm sorry I offended you. I'm apologizing out loud. Sheesh. Sorry you feel this way. That's a dismissive response. Yes, heartbreaking, truly. So disappointed with her response. You had me both. Well, and you're literally the only white supporter that doesn't care about hate. Like, damn, she definitely took this in her path. So I guess no more reading. Said she acted that way for you, being honest. At least she had closure now.
She backed out and then she moved forward again and watched the street and watched the windshield of her car.
Did you come running from 50
What are
yards
your
away?
thoughts on Trisha and inviting her for this game? The ego of the comments.
Because I wanted our license plate number. I didn't get it. Because the license plate's in the back of the car.
Can you give it over your shoulder as you go there?
The license plate's in the back of the car. She backed up. And then she backed. If you watch.
Then why were you in front of the car? If you wanted to license plate, why didn't you run behind the car? You don't want that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Stop shouting. You're watching Hot. It's the show that questions you on other things. It's Garrett joined by Mila Kunis. She's a Golden Globe nominated actress who's decades of Hollywood include legacy TV shows, Family Guy, and 70 shows, as well as award-winning films like Black Swan, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Her latest, already animated series Gimmicks and Stoner Cast, which were successfully funded by NFTs and accessible to total owners. Mila Kunis, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I just realized that the one that I said I haven't told you is yours.
Yeah, right. Probably.
I didn't even realize. I think you must have brought it home. And then I was like, wait, I have
Because
the
what happens?
So you have like a little bit of a foundational experience with the show. What's going through your head? How spicy food before we dig in here?
I feel like I made a mistake by saying yes to this. I do enjoy your show. I think it's funny. I love watching it. I didn't think that I was ever going to do it. My husband did it. I had mama. But then today I was like, oh no. I have low tolerance for spicy food. So my fear is by the time we get ready at home, this is my little deal. Maybe it's boring. I have a voice.
Well, there's no turning back now.
I'm ready to talk about whatever it is that I want to. Back in 1955, a woman was tired. She did not want to be told what to do. We live in a society now where we have the effort to be able to say what's on our mind. It's a human rights issue.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not Rosa Parks.
You go first.
I wouldn't flatter myself because it's an honor to be Rosa Parks. I'm truthfully Trisha, and I'm standing up for what I believe in. You missed the first part. She interviewed me, Dr. Phil. She's
So I want to start by packaging really this project so we can have gimmicks, because the idea of this creating shows and blockchain technology is kind of how to explain the model of United Blockchain to a TV show.
And she bizarre, and I myself have only been in it maybe about a year. Stunner Catherine,
You would have seen me like super
wanted it,
like for an audition for women's wrestling.
the animators and kind of Pixar, the
That was just a reaction. I went out to Jackie Chan and Medea.
and it was impossible to make the show. Concept wise, was very hard, and I don't care. I became a fan of listening to many years. That's kind of how I learned about it. And I was like, well, maybe they'll embrace it with a certain idea. Gimmicks, for instance, is that it's run every 2 weeks, and every episode will end on a cliffhanger. Choose your adventure, and our community owns the entities will be able to dictate where the show goes at the end of the episode. And that never would have been as good like as Netflix is, or
No, seriously, if you want to make a dramatic exit, you need to go this way because you can't get out there.
Because I never.
Okay, that's it. We're done.
That's crazy.
Go. You're out of here.
That's like, all right, please don't go. Okay, I'm a Gemini cozy. I don't want to be like a big baby, and I don't understand it either. So like, tell me, do I take more than one life?
You know, what you're doing right now, you want to get your life? You know, it's all about the intent. You need to get out to the sauces, and I can tell that you're catching the water. You're soaking it in. You're becoming out of with the sauce. So what you're doing right now is fine.
Why are your eyes not watering and mine are watering?
And I'll get there. I'll get there. You know, I just have lots of practice. Part of the process is funny to everybody.
Okay. You grew up eating spicy food.
No, you know, my dad was kind of sauce purist. So I was like, no, my own sauce in the house. Like, they watch our last game or something. We don't have to do that. So I feel like I had a little baptism by fire. So this is also just about creating a disruptive element. I just have like,
It's just about it's hard to think.
yeah.
Oh.
So the issue is that she
My girlfriend's a better place. Like, you got my girlfriend's saying, like, it's it. There's like 2 people in the world that can say that.
It's the best. So we had Kristen on the show. Yeah, you need her to be a shepherd. You're going to let her now that you're here, I think it's only right to run some of the finer points of Ashton's house. This is all you to get kind of what she needs to get.
That's
why we're also looking for Steve Jobs. Talking about getting severe back pain, giving himself a big attention, getting busy, drinking too much carrot juice. What's your last favorite Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs relationship?
Oh, he's downplaying it. He's so tough. He also, I think, only aged like 3 points.
Truth, life, self-language.
Yes.
Robin, what were you saying?
So we all decided that she wanted 5 minutes. So yes, it was.
And then the interview was almost 2 years ago to the day, and at the time he said that he just got rid of all of his trucker hats and entire wardrobe in that 7 show. Can you confirm that trucker hats and sweat jackets in the house?
What are you talking about? You didn't get rid of anything. You have plenty of trucker hats, and the entire 70s wardrobe is
Well,
downstairs.
I'm back with
What
Sean
is this?
and not Trisha. And
Lies.
Trisha decided to walk off and
Lies.
she collapsed on the runway. I watched the whole thing. She collapsed
Why don't we
much
dip
like
these
she
things? You know, like
jumped
the
on
hot
the hood
dog
of the
guy
car.
dips it in water.
Seriously.
You know, there are
Um,
people, so
and
feel free to iterate here.
this is
Feel like-
strategy.
Okay.
melodramatic attention getting behavior. And look,
I feel
this
like I
isn't
just
news to
took
you.
white.
Um,
She took a
My
baby part.
surprise lever hasn't budged
That's
an
messed up.
inch.
But I'm going to tell you what I do think. Well, you know, she's engaging these haters, and
That's the psychological game.
first
of
off,
it, you know?
Did I so?
you
We're
just
shifting on you.
can't
It's a
do
whole
that.
spice symphony. You don't know what's
I engage
People see me
everybody
right
that
now,
got
I
on my
swear.
social media
I'm
platforms
an
and
endless
said,
well
why
of
don't you shut up,
hot
you
sauce
bald-headed
This
hillbilly?
one's not bad.
I would do nothing but respond to those people. You just
So describing the
simply can't.
process of working with you to
And
design your family's LA farmhouse home.
your
Power back inside. You talk about
life
everything from being beam sizes to
in your
details
own
of the cross
words,
bracing,
and actually
the junctures,
hers,
wood planks, and
I'm not
concrete.
sure that
Is there a
addiction
detail of your home that you're
is the right
particularly
word
proud of, your
because
fingerprints on?
I
Is there
think
one that
addiction
serves as a
really
reminder that
should
marriage is
be
always about
reserved for physiological
Ooh, really good
dependency
question.
sort of things, but she certainly has become obsessed
I insisted on having
with
a dog
this,
in, like
and
built
many
in
people do.
little
She
dishes
hasn't
for the
admitted
dogs
this.
and
She's
built in,
become obsessed
for
with
the
it.
dogs, and so everything kind of looks beautiful
What
and
did you
clean and nice
want
and
to say?
neat. The dogs always have a
What I want to say mostly is that I feel like you already know that the actions that you're doing is hurting your family. It's hurting your husband, it's hurting your daughter, it's hurting you. The things that you're doing, Trisha, you know are not okay. I know you are not proud of your actions. I know you're not. There are some things that you do that are pretty cute on there, and they're funny and adorable, and you have reason to have a channel. I'm not saying that you can't have a channel. I'm not saying you don't have the right to put on your life. What I'm saying is you can't call people pedophiles. You can't tell people that they sell their body parts for Percocet. You can't. Excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm lying about it. No, I'm not. You're just. I told you where you're
Where are your kids? Where are your
Los Calientes here in the
I don't want to word about you being a whore ever. I don't even use that word.
But the people that you're on the live, that you're on the podcast
You
with,
talk about them because I'm here.
you were with them on the live stream.
Yes, they were. Not one of them was two-faced. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You are so two-faced. Are you enjoying it?
I'm really proud of myself.
How many hours for it? The person named Bailey, who claims that Trisha harassed him
So
and
this
ruined
Stone
his
Cats
life
manifesto
by
has a
calling him
stated
a
goal
rapist and
to
a
be
pedophile.
supported without
So he
having
says
vowed
you
to
did
cheat
call
big
him a
media.
rapist
Yeah.
and a
And
pedophile.
this is the process of
Well,
why
you should
funding
also
the
have
traditional
tried to
Hollywood
be
channels and
blind
the ways
and
they
Let's
can
listen to let's listen to what he says. Let's listen to what he says.
You're constantly trying to make things. You're going in and you're like, look at this. I swear it's really good. I promise you it's really good. And the person sitting across from me goes, yeah, I think it's really good, but I gotta talk to the guy above me. They go and take your information, regurgitate to the guy above them, and that guy goes, yeah, maybe. Let me take the guy above me. And then by the time that telephone game ends, the project has now been taken, washed over, transitioned, and so it's a process that just
You
is
saw
not
the
fun.
guy. You know dang very well that's not
When
the
it
kind
comes
of
to
guy I would
NFTs,
ever have any email.
We bring it up
Hell
to the community.
no,
It was
Dr.
either this
Phil.
show or this show.
That
So
You
there's
decide.
that guy got you
So,
some
on one
sexual
hand,
hell no,
provocative
Dr.
actions.
Phil.
What kind of guy
On
did
the
you
other
send it to?
hand,
Someone handsome like you, but not like him. I have a taste, Dr. Phil. I have a husband, and that man tapped into my husband's email account. I have a husband. That is ridiculous.
She didn't send him any pictures.
Okay.
Oh, you did
I
it.
know that's not true, but thanks.
I'm
How do you know? Because you were one of the women who were look at my naked
Listen.
pictures that were hey.
No, I
I'm
hear
not
this.
seeing any
Listen,
naked
listen, you just said you know it's not true. I'd like to know how you know it's not true.
Here's what their answer. Questions usually are followed by a pause, giving the person an opportunity to respond.
Because I've seen the DMs. I've seen the private DMs. It's my not photos. I scroll through the whole thing. Listen, I can't talk over you. So whenever it's my turn, I need you to
interesting
I
picture.
read sign language. I know sign language. When I say it inside, stop. I say it like that.
So what we'll do is we'll show you a picture
Come on,
here.
First of all,
Just tell us
scrolls didn't have anything sexual.
There we go.
Did
Give
you
a
not see it?
Dodger
Stop.
scene.
Did you not see it? You're not going to pay attention to this. And then when we tried to tell you, we tried to show it to you, you kept trying to me. Whoever showed it to you, somebody was
Time out. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Phil. I went to school 15 years for this.
Just be able to take Bill to a doctor.
Actually, there's a reason I'm doing this show because I think the internet, while really a wonderful tool, can also be very toxic. It can lead to people getting involved with predators. I mean, it can be very dangerous. And you can lose yourself in it. So I'm doing this as a cautionary tale.
One for you. Can you give me one pro and one con?
Boy, it's a good example.
Oh my God, I love Cody. Other than like he's just tall and creepy when he's just like lynching it. No,
I first heard about
One is
Trisha's
one of the
YouTube
greatest.
channel earlier this year.
No, but I'm
Trisha
dying to
is
do
a
this show.
narcissistic, selfish, delusional, attention-seeking bully. Trisha is hated by almost everybody on YouTube. She uses the platform to tell terrible lies about people. A few weeks ago, she made light of a woman's presumed missing daughter, asking her how she's doing.
She knew this woman was green. It was despite. Trisha called one woman pretending to be a nurse and asking for her medical information. Trisha once claimed that the husband of one of her trolls was running a pill mill out of Florida. Over the last few months, I have witnessed nasty arguments with her family. She's a horrible mom. Her daughter begged her to get off YouTube, screamed at her, told her that she didn't care about any of these people. Trisha told her followers that Sean threw her into a door. She called the police and told them that his PTSD was triggered. She live streamed everything from a restaurant. Trisha keeps promising that she's going to give up live streaming as much as she does, but she won't.
For somebody who is at the
Well,
ground
Wendy,
level, to what do you
thanks for being here.
attribute resurgence
How
of family
did you
guy? Like, how
wind
do you
up
think it went from being on
being
life
on
support
her
to cancer
channel or
The
following
community
her
at
or
large
watching her
felt like they
videos?
had ownership in the
I
show.
actually found
They
her
loved it so
because
much,
there was another
and they bought it
YouTuber that was talking about
What do you
her
think was
dating, and
surprised
so I
me
was
about
curious
this
to
being
know what
early
she
on
was
when we
saying.
first started on the shoot street?
So that's how I found her,
They
and
used to all be hand-drawn
immediately I heard her saying
That's why
horrible things about
we had
she's
nothing.
overweight, who
We were
happens
like
to have a
the
lot of
poorest little like
subscribers, and she couldn't
it was
stand
very fun.
Yeah, I always kind of see like that, like when you wear many hats like that, like
on the
you like
channel?
our second, like, oh, that's a genius. You can see that wherever, because it's like, oh, it's just
What? I didn't know this right here. No. What is your screen name? What is your screen name you hide behind?
We never had.
That's good.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, 20 years later, I was like,
Oh,
yes.
So she's not really paying.
Good.
No, because she.
Whoa.
You've made so many plans. Someone told me to kill myself.
Sit down.
Right now.
Sit
Sit
down.
down.
Come on, you're not diving on her hood. Just sit down.
I don't want to crush nobody else right now, Dr. Bill. This is behind the screen. First of all, listen. No, you listen. I love you.
I think I have a tongue in my mouth.
Look around the room and see whose name's on the wall.
I
I'll
really
run
like
this show. Listen,
Yeah, I really do.
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's
We
because
don't
I'm
have
dumb.
civil conversation.
Because I burned my mouth.
So why are you coming out here saying I immediately thought this and that?
Yeah.
And it helped. Did you not go on a live stream with a couple other people?
This is
You
ridiculous. Like,
know,
I
if we had known that you were the one that was going to be here, we would have provided that video. Your haters are maxed on. You have said some things on live stream.
Yeah, Alex,
That's
I
what I'm trying to
say
In the dark, you have
politics,
All
the
I have ever
cutthroat
cared about
politics,
is the actual
PTA.
truth. You don't know you don't know anything about the people in my life. So you're just one of those people in the peanut
I
gallery.
don't like everything that happens with me and Trisha, and I hate that everything that she puts on here.
Friends with Benefits is a very meta rom-com.
But you hid behind everything and flipped, and then went on a live stream with two other people and folded her right back. It was horrible. It backfired on you. You did them back to back. And they told you guys that it wasn't good. And you were bullying right back, and then you guys needed to stop.
I
That's
think
what
that
happened.
people have to like enjoy being in the same scenes together and enjoy being there. I think that it has to be relatable, it has to be aspirational, and it has to serve as a purpose other than just being amazing.
All right, you and Kunis. This next one is the bomb beyond insanity.
Can I ask that I was hospitalized for anaphylaxis before, and I got EpiPen.
Listen, okay.
I hate so much of it.
Okay, now that's a mild to moderate anaphylaxis. Let's take a look at your anaphylaxis.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't. This is not funny.
I know.
What do I do?
Yeah. Coming out down here, yeah. There you go. Hit the rich. First time.
Well,
As a matter of fact, when you're in a situation when you have to move pretty quickly, you have stuff in storage. Sometimes you don't think. I didn't think today I'm going to get a piece of extra black fluid. You don't think of certain things.
when my agent would sign on to talk to me. Oh my god,
And you know what, Mila? I like how you're providing the exclusive because I think something like after you. I think it's after you. You know what?
Flatter yourself. You're apart.
That's what is how far is
I'm slaughtering myself because it's an honor to be Rosa Parks. I'm truthfully Trisha, and I'm standing up for what I believe in. That woman had no right to be there. Whether you believe how the collision happened, it happened. That woman left her kids under the age of 12.
stash of cereal out of the reach of your kids. Yeah. What is your Mount Rushmore of cereal? Like your top 4 cereal?
Not okay. But it,
You don't make money out of
you know, there are different kinds of currencies. Another kind of currency is attention getting. Is it possible that that was attention getting behavior?
No, sir. Why would I put myself through that and make myself look an idiot?
Well, because you don't think that looks like anything that looks like yourself.
There we go. Guys, took me out on the end of the blocks this year.
And
Yeah,
what makes the metal cakes so different from just like regular cakes?
I'm curious, my hair looks good, and I just use some black pepper. Check out how my lips swell up.
Guys, I think you broke me. No, I'm really thin. I love those on franks. Oh, they're bad. No, they make really good margaritas.
I was an absolute YouTube god.
That's
But at nighttime.
You can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want.
So I just made a video yesterday, and in the end of the video, I said if I got 30 likes, I would release another
A little
video
extra on
on
the last
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, that video blew up overnight and got
Who
me
did it
200 likes.
So
So I just decided to make a
credit
video
is due
right
to
away.
Machine
This
Gun
is
Kelly.
another Dr. Phil video.
The legacy of that.
So you gave us a video of you having a severe, you have a severe allergy to pepper, like
Mila Kunis.
peanut allergy, which kills children, of course.
Black
Fuck
pepper
you,
allergy
Machine Gun
takes
Kelly.
20 minutes.
Fuck you.
To, depending on
Tradition.
how much pepper that you eat. And
How much
this production
I
happens
just put a
so
little-
fast.
just
I could
just a
provide
little-
all of the
Yeah,
medical
Yeah, I know
I feel like my
the
whole face is
I know the curve
okay,
of
a
the
little bit.
mucous membranes and the airways closing down when there's a
Okay, like that.
allergic reaction. In fact, I have a video of someone
Let me numb myself.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
actually has an anaphylactic shock reaction. This is a mild to moderate episode. Let's take a look.
Okay, wait, hold the hell up. This is going to be pretty bad to look at. I got to say that because I don't want to get demonetized.
Yep. But the good news, Mila, is we've reached Hot Ones, the final frontier.
You see, this is
mission to
the,
explore crazy new hot sauces.
Listen.
We're going to close by going boldly where no one
Okay.
has gone before.
now, that's a mild to
We've
moderate
explored the many eccentric sides
anaphylaxis.
of Mila Kunis,
And
from
let's take a look
NFTs to World of
at your
Warcraft, but I wanna
anaphylaxis
close
that you
your
call the
Star
name
Trek
of it.
obsession and hit you with
Right
this
across
question.
the street, let's
If
say.
you were set to explore an alien planet, who would you trust most with your life? Would it be
You're
Captain
talking
Jack
and
Janeway
adjusting the
or Jean-Luc?
camera and
Alright, I'm sorry.
Because
I
I was
love
filming
Captain.
what was happening. I
I
could
love
feel
Captain
it
Janeway,
happen.
but I
My
love
tongue is like swelling up now.
My phone is
Oh
never
shit!
breaks on the
Looks
one
like Dr.
Captain
Phil
Jack
completely
the big guy
exposed
he
this.
says
Seems
it's
like she was
like this
overreacting
weird,
just a tiny
like,
bit. Now
2
I know
years
what an
ago I found this on the
anaphylactic
internet.
shock
That was my
feels like because I'm actually allergic to peanuts, so I can tell you guys that it wasn't really
Well,
worth
Mila
calling
Kunis says
the
it, then you know
That's
it's the
just my
truth.
opinion.
Look at
you
you,
chat
Mila
them up,
Kunis.
tell them what's
Coming
going
into
on.
it,
It's swelling
nervous,
really
That's
not
a-
the spicy food,
The
but
first
taking
time
out
that it
some
happened
of
to
that,
me,
coming
this
on
is how
top.
I know.
Now there's the
Where's your EpiPen?
I did
this
not
camera,
it was in school.
You're subject to anaphylaxis and fluid reaction.
Yes.
Wait, what the hell? First of all, let me say that makes literally no sense. And second of all, me saying that also makes me a hypocrite because I used to store my I don't anymore, but I did for a while until I was at a little birthday party, you see. and I got hungry at breakfast time. And we didn't
Or if you have any
actually
shows or anything.
other than the thing we had bought the day before. And there were these huge muffins, right? And I checked the ingredients and it said maple cheese. Normally I just eat them anyway because it's more like a legal obligation to write that. So I didn't think much of it. So I ate one. I was fine. Then I ate a second one for some reason. And all of a sudden, I went into epileptic shock. Let me tell you guys, it was not very fun. I'm very happy that I have my information. That's why I keep my everything with me at all times now. Anyway, that was a small little safety lesson. Safety first, kids.
As a matter of fact, when you're in a situation where you have to move pretty quickly,
This is Sean Evans checking in with a
storage.
very exciting announcement. Hungry for more, a brand new documentary series, First Taste, is now live on the channel. Now, this black box, it's great for growing celebrities over scorching out chicken wings. It teams up with this outside these walls, it's a whole advanced chefs.
I know what you're saying, Dr. Phil. It doesn't.
When you're subject to your air being cut off,
Yes, sir.
And beyond.
you don't
Some
store
mom
it.
and pop
You
taco
don't
shop.
breathe.
Your boy JJ Redick calls the best in the country.
Yeah.
Look, rice, bacon, taking the iconic New York chuck E. Cheese sandwich.
When you know it's happening, when you know it's happening, you feel it's happening, you don't know either.
Roll the tape.
So when you've had a reaction worse than what we just saw, and you stored your information.
Okay, I just gotta say, what the fuck? How could you store something by accident? That's complete bullshit. You're telling me you just sort of tricked the felons all of a sudden you're taking the hell of your hand and just magically flew its way into storage? Okay.
So we saw what we saw for that woman happening.
So she's so not about getting an allergic reaction from me has always been yet she literally thinks that Benadryl. I have lots of Benadryl. Yeah, that's still gonna help you. You know you're just going through that stuff and shock. Since like you can pop up with a Benadryl, drink up and you're better. I wish life was.
And I'm very careful with things that I always ask because last couple of minutes I protect myself.
It's just a pizza that somebody you don't know sent you, and you just take that, not knowing what was ordered, what
It
they
was
put
in the
on it.
heat of the moment. Sometimes you don't always think, and to demonize a reaction like that, you can't make that up. It happened.
Okay, guys, I understand this now perfectly.
It's
I
your
didn't
toilet.
know she was always rushing. She was
There's right to the green room.
She's been deprived of food for 7 days. Who knows? She could have just been lost in the forest for 7 days. We literally have no idea. We can't make these assumptions. Anyways, that's the end of today's video. Thanks so much for
Hey, what's going on, everybody? First, we please stop Sean Evans. You're watching House Party. It's the show that if you like to keep out of make sure to subscribe and hit the internet history. Get open up 35 like Gordon Ramsay. I'll make it as one of the world's most decorated and successful chefs. But it doesn't matter. Countless best-selling cookbooks and 7 hit TV shows, including Master Chef Junior, which returns to Fox this February. Gordon Ramsay holds the show. We started out 4 years ago, shortly after one of our first episodes was with the request to get Gordon Ramsay on the show. And as the show has grown, so too has the knowledge around our from the internet to the airport, my family get-togethers. So this one is very much for the fans, nervous in a good way, but at the same time, going to big hands are lifted off my shoulders. So I just want to say thank you. Sure, good to see you. Thank you for assisting me. I have 4 kids.
You don't talk.
Then,
I like saying arguments.
I want to see how you do it.
You're not going to get rid of it. Kathy, you're
The world has
racist.
pressured us into this room.
It's almost just about this.
I can call it a dirty boy, a laptop. Unfortunately, I can't ignore it. Why would you tell me to kill myself? They have lost me really big personality. Showing up on my vacation. People are sitting there and talking about people online. You never know. Face to face. My YouTube followers have the police come to my house and say something and accuse me of because it was actually
That's a good way. Yeah, but so it needs to be me.
one hater even said an unrequested kids
So Gordon, as you mentioned in your intro, MasterChef Junior comes back next month. One of the many shows that become a global phenomenon. When you think back on all the times you've been wowed by the raw talent of a child on the show, is there a story that stands out?
I think of some of the early kids now. I think back in season 1. Yeah, those were 18, 19 year olds. Alexander,
I
season 1.
received a lot of attention.
Is a perfect chef, barely 19 years old. For the last 5 years, he spent holidays in some of the most amazing restaurants. So I say to them, no mum, no dad, no school teacher. You'll love me, you'll hate me. It's going to be the best football coach you've ever met in your life. But you'll come out
Recently, over the course of 2 nights,
and
we
they
had
do.
5 pieces.
What's been the most
delivered to our
disturbing
house
thing
that we
that you've
didn't
ever
order.
seen, unnoticed or uncared for at a restaurant, kitchen?
Severely allergic to it. I talked about my black pepper allergy online.
I went into
One
a
of the pieces that
refrigeration
was sent to me
and
had
saw a tartar sauce. 3.5
After
years
taking a
old.
few bites, she couldn't breathe. She called
Done what
911.
should be to use this tartar sauce that stank, to use a sauce that's festering, bubbling like something out of fucking Harry Potter.
I woke up
That was
after
off.
hearing the
3
sirens
years
of the ambulance stop in front of my house.
Several Stuart Littles spotted in the corner of the kitchen. Yeah, big ones. Like cats. I didn't know they only had cats. They didn't. It was a fucking rat. Yeah, pretty
As I
shocking.
was having
From
the
rats to mold
anaphylaxis,
to
another
recently,
pizza arrived.
My
come
tongue
across
is
a
like
restaurant with
swelling
plastic
up
cheese
now.
over nachos.
I opened the front door, and there she is, live streaming
Cheese is
with
set
the
in the
cops and
fridge.
the EMTs
That's
there.
plastic cheese to get mold. Fucking years. Years.
I was so pissed off. I told her to turn that phone off.
I can't
What are they smoking? Like,
I actually know who did it.
Probably
That
opium.
person's out to ruin my day.
Even
Okay.
gasping.
So the restaurant business is
She would
notoriously
log off.
difficult.
It never
There's thin
stops.
margins, and then of course infinite space for human error. And then when you're a chef who's
Okay,
famous and has this large
well, first off,
empire that goes across several
If
continents,
somebody sends you
and
something
being a
you
target
didn't
for
know
the
where you
type
don't know
of
where it came from,
Yelper or TripAdvisor commentaries,
why'd you eat
Those
it?
places
I
are
live in a
total
small
rip-off.
town.
I could have
I-
paid it
can't
for
get
$3.
that
Can you
It's
explain
that
how
small.
No, why did you eat it?
basic math
I
behind
bought it,
how
and I
a
was
$25
convinced. Why
cheeseburger
not?
might
The
end
poor
up?
guy had to drive 45
I've seen
minutes
So
from
give
the
a tip and
location
send them
back.
home, but why did you eat
And
it?
my daughter said the
Let's
person,
get to
Mom, I
$100.
need
She's a
pizza.
bitch.
So then I said,
You
okay,
don't
next
go
time
eat
I'll
fucking
get
burger.
it happened. I get the pizza. I ate the pizza.
Why taint that
That was
flavour?
my
So, $25 burger. It's all
So
about the
you said you purchased it to be supported.
Yes,
Depends on
because it's a small
chocolate
mom and
strawberry,
pop business.
great brioche
That's
bun,
not fair.
and
And
you
it
know
hurt
that
my
with
heart to see the
all the
poor guy
chocolates that are
lugging
short
it up.
Well, you didn't eat
Is
it to
there
be
a
supported.
hidden
You
cost of
paid
running a
for it.
I
restaurant
paid
that
for
most
it, and I
diners
said,
are
hey, I
unaware
didn't
of?
have to make
Yeah,
dinner
it's
tonight.
the
I
rent,
need any
labour
food there was
costs,
going to be.
two big key factors for running a successful business.
And you have a severe allergy
Landlords
to black pepper,
they winning away.
like
So,
like
more
peanuts.
successful you are, more
People have
rent.
allergies to peanuts.
Less
You have it to black
successful
pepper.
you are,
In fact,
more
you
demand
sent us
So,
a document
a
that
great way of
is proof of your black
identifying
pepper
restaurants.
allergy because you're all about telling the
Friday,
truth.
Saturday,
But
that'll
this
take care of
doesn't have a
itself.
name on it.
Actually, if you can fill it Monday, Tuesday,
Because
Wednesday.
those were screenshots. You don't have time to get medical records in 2 days. Production's so fast.
Well, it's-
If I had a week, I could get you documents.
I know that you
It
spent your
takes 7 to
early years
14
studying
days
classic
to
French
get your
technique.
medical records.
When you took the
Restaurant,
screenshot, why didn't you
London,
include your
Paris,
name?
working
Because
alongside
it was
some of the most
to
influential
someone
chefs
who
in the
they
world. So with
supported
that
the
in
person
mind,
who
what
helped
about
make
some
the
of the
video.
people, some of the mentors
So
that
you didn't
helped
take a
shape
screenshot
Gordon
for us,
Ramsay
you
into
took
this
somebody else.
battle-hardened
And that's
perfectionist
what
that
I
we see
helped
today?
Why were you
I'm just curious what you
why
learned
was
about
somebody
cooking, what you
questioning
learned
you
about
had
business, maybe even what you learned about
allergy to
life from
A
your
while
children.
ago, someone
It's certainly
had
remarkable
said
to
that
hear.
they were going to be supportive of me and make a video of me because they claim that I'm fake, that I'm a liar. So here's my documents, and I
My
screenshot
sometimes in
it.
the shop.
And that's all that I
That
do.
was a fucking blockbuster right
I'm-
there. Oscar
I'm trying to
nominated.
figure out what we're doing here, why
Go
we're
ahead,
here. You
yes.
see,
He can close his
when I
eyes.
started Dr. Phil Show, we didn't even, the first text hadn't even been sent. There was no
About geese walk.
Snapchat,
He
there
said
was no
amazing. It was like this perfect
Twitter,
French window was,
Twitter. There was none of this Facebook or this is all new since I started.
That half
We were still, you know,
Everything that she's sending you, and she's saying, this is something that I sent to somebody else. That's true. She has to prove to everybody else, every question that is asked of her, she feels like she's got to get the approval
About Joel Robuchon.
of other people.
Robuchon was a taskmaster, combined Marco, Tony Bourdain, Guy
It was an investigative podcast where we delved into her past. We found years of bullying Dr. Phil back in 2013, 2012. Years of her bullying through Facebook, through YouTube. She changes her name every couple of years. Comment after
one of
comment
the
after
kids the other,
comment of
thinking
people
it'll
that
just
she
be
has
blowing
hurt
fucking wings. Then he
because
was
of her
missing with the
videos.
feathers. remember him telling me
Well,
the best thing ever happened to him was a ship.
I have tweets to
How'd you get up in
one
the
of
morning,
her
concentrate and work the
haters
next day?
who say, quote, you're so
for those
ratchet.
beautiful millennials and snowflakes
I
out
don't
there,
know what
trust
that
me.
means.
The more you get pushed,
Sold
thicker your skin, the thicker
your
your skin.
something
The higher you
for
go.
Percocet so you can stop comparing yourself to me. You will never be me. I bet you still sit with a light on. I wore handcuffs and signs. You wore them for being a criminal. You will never be me. Like yourself. So, Miss Blanktard, if you're so well off, why the GoFundMe scam? Shut the blank up.
So with your many
When
best-selling
you trigger
cookbooks and
someone
your
so
how-to
much, they
tutorials
try to run
online,
up
you've
to you
inspired
and they end
generation,
up
maybe some
looking even
under your
worse.
routine, but today,
Hashtag
you want
good
to give a
job.
lesson to the spice
Those who know
Can
me
you break
are
down
not offended by my actions. I'm a mirror and reflect what my haters see in themselves. That's why they hate me.
So, for me, it's about that lens.
Oh,
I would
yes,
go,
it is. You and your
60
little
grams.
online
There's
gangster.
not one thing
You
about
think
you
you're
that I
so
wish I
bad.
had, my friend.
You
Not
can never
one
tell.
thing.
Then why do you watch me?
Mostly because I want to know what you're up to and how you're hurting people.
Why?
Because I'm friends with people that
So,
there have been times that I have
they don't see
Well, listen, it's easy to feel if everyone just turned her off, just like she needs to turn off. Everyone needs to turn her off.
Why are you talking about turning it off? There you go.
caramelization on top, and then it's the basting. And so once you caramelize that burger on top, don't worry about it still being raw inside.
Amy is a serial
baste that
con artist.
butter, it
She
seeps
lacks
through.
any
It
kind
becomes so
of
much
more
richer.
stiff
The fat caramelizes on top of the burger, so the flavor layer.
Amy's first pregnancy
Brioche
came
bun,
after
you
having
can toast it,
one
and
day
then baked.
with her
So not
boyfriend.
as a toasted,
They
but
were
it holds
expecting a baby
substantial
girl,
fat,
and
all
they
those
were
juices.
continuing the baby.
The most important thing
Everyone
about
was
burger,
very excited.
that thing
This would have
rests
been
for 5
first
years.
grandchildren for
And that's
his
what happens sometimes. They
parents.
cook the
I
burger
saw
for 5 minutes.
many
Oh, man,
ultrasounds that
missing out.
Amy had sent
Let
me
it
via
rest.
text
Let it
or
sit
via
inside.
messenger.
And
But
then
there was
second-
never any personal information to indicate that they were twins. I ran my own 3D boarding ultrasound studio.
So you
I
made
asked
this
her
one,
many
and
times to come in
is that
for an
for the
ultrasound for
2017?
free. She never
Source of
came.
dates.
Her boyfriend
You know what?
never
These are
agreed
just
to
stage
any of that.
Oh, it's like-
Amy would
Oh,
schedule
shit.
them around his work schedule or come up with a convenient excuse as to
Here we
why
go.
they
So-
were canceled or rescheduled. 19 weeks into her pregnancy,
What's
she
your name?
claimed to have had a miscarriage.
You do?
At that
Yeah, it's my
time,
desk.
Amy's boyfriend was
That's
out of state on a fishing trip.
Smoke
Around
serrano,
the
some
state.
orange in there.
He decided to
That's
have a
nice.
family ceremony
Yeah,
for a
I mean, I'm not too sure about it. But
It was very emotional.
That's
I
big,
started very
big.
upset.
That's good.
Thank you
That's
very
good.
much.
That's getting hotter.
Yep.
Yeah, a
It's
little
very
bit of
hard to
sort
watch
of,
my friends and family
it's starting to move on the armpit.
this child.
That's how we do it here.
Yeah.
Gordon.
Amy's boyfriend
Hi,
and
Gordon. We have a
never
great segment on
saw
our show called
Amy's
Explain That Gram. We're doing a deep dive on our guest Instagram, full interesting pictures that need
The
more
only thing
context.
that
Just
she
bust
ever
off the
showed me
laptop.
was
I'll show you the picture.
digital
You just tell me the
image
bigger
of
picture.
Amos footprints
Yes,
that
so-
were blotted and painted. It never occurred to me at the time that
I put
anything
it too many
was wrong.
diamonds on Instagram. What's wrong with you? Does your girlfriend know?
Well, shortly after Ava's alleged
Okay,
passing,
Gordon,
Courtney
first
claims
things first.
the con
Do you
continued.
remember this meeting of
With
the
the
minds
announcements?
courtside at the Lakers game? You named it back up.
Shortly after Amy's miscarriage with Ava, she miraculously became pregnant again. About
Really?
4
Yeah,
weeks
that's
later,
fine.
everyone was shocked. The
Through the
healing
first pillar,
process
I thought you
is
said
usually 6 to 8 weeks.
games
So I
over
found
war.
that very hard to believe.
DP
But
takes me to
I
basketball, so I went to
was
basketball. I
happy
got
for
into
them
such trouble.
because they just suffered the
Because you can't go from throwing the first picture out and go
Amy
and watch the
instantly started sharing with
basketball
us
10 minutes
photos
later.
of
Can
the
you?
babies. She
Well,
was
you
going
can.
to
No,
The
no,
boy,
not
he's
good.
Joseph.
So,
The girl,
yes,
Keegan's
that ringside there. It was the first time in my life.
Over the
6'2", I
process
felt
of her
like Charles.
pregnancy, she showed us
Everyone's fucking
multiple
7 foot tall.
ultrasounds, and
It's no
once
longer
again,
down there.
there
It's
was
like,
never any
shit.
personal information to
So,
indicate that they were
love the game.
twins.
And,
Her
yeah,
boyfriend was never able to attend this
incredible.
because
Do you remember this
he
lunch service
come up
at
with
Downing
convenient
Street with Tony Blair and
Amy would
Larry?
videotape her belly moving to
Yeah,
show us
I mean,
that
quite honestly,
the babies were
probably
moving
the
around.
first time as a chef, I stood between
She
two
even went
guys,
as far as to sending an
actually
audio
shot
recording of the
thinking
baby's
this could go off
heartbeat.
any minute. Entering down the
She
street,
even took maternity
getting
pictures of the
pelted by
boyfriend, decorated the nursery as any normal
and
mother
Tim
would.
Cooting, everything there.
I helped throw for a
Ever since
baby
that day,
shower.
I've never
There
gone
were
involved
over
in
80
politics.
people.
Right,
And
based on
there was
that
not a
fact.
single physical
Imagine
copy of
turning one of those
ultrasound
leagues
photos
in
at this
baby
I used
shower.
to-
I really became suspicious of Amy when she started getting into
I did the most amazing cameras sea bass with
twins
Potter
previously, and she was a big
and we finished with a
My
baby
friend
I remember
looked
the
like
menu.
she needed a wheelbarrow to take her
As if it
belly
was last week.
outside.
Powerful lunch.
And here's Amy, very small, barely noticeable that she's pregnant even. It was absolutely crazy.
You got pregnant
okay.
4
That's
weeks after you miscarried.
Tingling.
Yeah.
With
The back
triplets,
half here.
actually, right?
Yeah.
There was one. The spot. Yeah, there was a spot that the thought was yes.
Okay.
It was 4 weeks after the
So we've talked a lot about your tangible accomplishments,
Yes.
Michelin stars, TV ratings.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about some of the more
Dr. Needle
unusual
Andrews.
highlights
She's a
and
board
lowlights from
certified
your life.
OBGYN.
Of the following
and
daredevil
one of the
moments,
stars
which
of
was
the
more
award-winning
intense,
show.
hunting down a
The
Burmese python,
Doc-
butchering a
Dr.
wild
Nita,
boar,
thank you for being
or tracking down
Having
puffins.
I have to say,
Is it even possible for a woman to get pregnant 4 to 6 weeks after a miscarriage? That's a long shot, right?
hanging off a
Yeah, it's-
600-meter
it's
high
possible.
cliff.
Absolutely,
with a rope
knowing that it's
around your
twins
neck,
or
catching
triplets
these very birds.
within 4 to 6
Teach,
weeks, that would not be possible.
I mean, it's
so
amazing,
that
dish.
story in
Fuck, that's hot,
totality
by the
would
way.
not be possible
Shit.
because
It's starting to
once
come
you
through now. We love it.
ovulate, then you have to have fertilization, and then you have to have implantation,
Yeah, it's
and then the
yeah,
babies
so,
need time to
I mean,
grow
it's
so
amazing.
that we can see it on sonogram. So within 4 to
Make
6
this breast.
weeks, that's not possible.
You improved it in this
Yeah, and now you're
active
pregnant with twins or
volcano.
triplets until like 9
Dug the
weeks.
hole,
The
stuck
photo
it
you
in
took
the
is like
rocks.
9 weeks because
Came
the
back the next day.
HCG levels were off
Fucking
because
breakfast
of the
neck. Someone stole it.
miscarriage, which was the reason
So I'm
there
still
was a
looking for
positive
that
pregnancy
Viking that
test.
stole that fucking amazing loaf of bread.
Well, that's not what you said before
In regards to what? We
to
knew
the pregnancy. In terms of the timeline of the pregnancy after Ava, the second pregnancy.
yeah, we did get pregnant immediately.
That's moving. Yeah. Also,
What are
it's
the
just
odds
that
of getting pregnant
it's
that
not
soon after?
It depends on the specific clinical
Not good enough.
situation.
Is it?
It's a tough
However,
one. Yeah, also,
it's
it's
possible to get pregnant within a month
So
after having
when
a
people have
miscarriage.
reached their
It's
peak in a
just that it
profession,
takes
whether
a
it's
lot
Kobe
longer
Bryant,
than that.
I think that's
In the state of
I feel
Illinois,
like
and I'm sure it's true in any state, if there's
You
a
and I
death
both
of
eye to eye on
a
this
child
now I know what that
This
fucking
together.
beyond
means.
20 weeks,
Was that Johnny Cash?
then there's a
I
court
was
order,
trying to
right?
fucking see. There's nothing
Yes,
coming
there
through, so we're
definitely
okay.
should be some
All right, but everybody in
documentation
production,
of the baby
be
being
ready,
born
okay?
and what
Yeah,
happened,
ring
what
the fire.
transpired
Holy
after
fuck.
that.
That's hot.
Is somebody
And
with a foot in both
there's
worlds
no
who's more
record
insufferable, TV
in the
critics or
coroner
restaurant
of
critics?
any
They're both
twin
couples in
deaths
They're
beyond
both
20
standing staring.
weeks.
Wish they could be you. So fucking take on the chin.
Why not?
Two pieces in the
I'm
same
not
place.
going to disclose
Well, you
that
know, it
information.
seems like on paper
I'm not
at
going
least
to
that you would
disclose that
enjoy
information.
the linguistic
You're supposed to-
flair
I'm
of
not asking
a
you to
In
good
regards
debate.
to,
So I'm
there
curious.
is
I'm going to
obviously
hit you
not
with a
report.
few
I will
infamously
say that there
savage
is not a
restaurant
report.
reviews. I'm just
Yes.
curious how
My
they
restaurant.
hit your ear from
Why
an
are
insult.
you different?
Before you
Why
go
are
there,
you
I remember
out of everybody in the
I'm
state of
not
Illinois
different.
don't
I'm
have
not-
this clothes?
it's amazing.
No,
food
I'm not saying I don't
describe
have
one
to
of my dishes.
disclose
Around your
that
eyes,
it's
squirted.
dedicated.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Looking like
First of all, I'm
toxic
not saying
scum
you
and
don't
stuff.
have to
Full.
disclose
I'm
that
like,
that baby.
fucking
I'm saying I
really?
do not have to
That's how you
disclose
describe my
why there's
fucking
not a
dish.
report
Toxic
about
scum
my
and stagnant pool.
circumstances.
Shit. Did I really hurt you that
I'm
much?
not going to address the
Let me bounce
circumstances
this one off
because
of you from Jay Rayner, writing for The Guardian in 2013. He said of the
I
muscles
know what you're
of
asking.
Viande Brussels in London.
I mean,
The
I
meat
can sit on
inside the
stage
shells
and
is
I
small
may
and
look like a
shriveled and
total
dry.
ass
Each shell
to you,
contains
and
what looks
that's
like the
fine, but
retracted
there's
scrotum of a
certain
hairless cat.
stuff I'm not going to disclose. I
So
don't own
that's
it.
savage, right?
Yeah.
So
I
we
don't.
can't talk about critics like that, but they can talk about us like
Not for
that. I'm a
this.
firm believer in keeping it
Did you
professional,
send
not personal.
pictures
So
of the
I ended up
children
running
after
one
they
to a
were
critic, and unfortunately I asked them to
deceased?
Because I have pictures
fuck,
of
my
this.
heart's beating as well, like fucking the dog. What's
Did you
going
have
on with
the
these
baby
fucking
cremated?
wings? Did you make this sauce?
This next one is from Pete Wells, from the New York Times,
Right.
at Guy Fieri's restaurant in Times Square. Why is one of the few things on your menu that can be eaten without
There, I
fear or
didn't
regret
come
called a
on this show,
roasted
like, to
pork
talk
banh mi
about
when it resembles that
the
item
baby.
about
I
as
didn't
much
come
as
on
you
to talk
resemble
about-
Emily
Listen, I'm
Dickinson?
trying to clear your name
Christ
so
almighty,
you don't
good
have to
morning.
But
put
the
up
thing
with
is,
it.
I realize don't you think I don't need to clear my name.
I know,
My
guy.
name's fine with me.
But
I
any
know
chef
what's right
that
when I
turns
go to
around
sleep
with
at night. I
donkey
don't owe
sauce in his
Courtney
fucking
an
mate, you're gonna
explanation.
get kicked.
The fact of the matter is, it's coming down to
Because if
criminal.
my wife has sat there
charges
thinking,
for her,
sweetheart, I'm
she
having a
can
putting
ribs
stuff on the
with the
pages.
donkey
It's been 2
sauce.
years. It's
Doesn't quite
cyberbullying.
ring well,
It's
does
severe
it?
criminal harassment.
You know,
I know how to
shut,
blow up the law
take it.
whatsoever, but I know what
Okay,
legal rights I have, and I
shut
don't
the
have
fuck
to
up.
explain them to
And
court.
then one more, at the risk of being a bit cheeky,
Yeah.
this one is from the late Sunday Times writer A.A. Gill about
Even
your
after
own
Amy was
restaurant
caught in all
aubergine
of her
in the
lies for
90s.
fake
The
pregnancy,
chef is a failed sportsman who
she
acts like an
turned right back
11-year-old.
around and did the same thing
Fuck
to Florida. This past spring, one member of our
Fuck
scam
him.
group found pictures of Amy on social media with a pregnancy announcement. Of course, with
Yeah, I
multiples.
didn't realise
And
what
when I found
three
out,
assholes.
I thought, there is
Yeah,
no way
Jesus
possible
Christ,
this is happening.
you could not
I was in utter disbelief. Me and the members of the group immediately took action, searched for likes
Now they
on
look
the
like my
posts,
fucking
and narrowed it down to
fucking
find
his
members of
fucking
his
big
family
toe.
to
How'd you
warn
get a
them.
chicken wing that
This
looks like
guy's
a
family
big
member
toe?
tells the
Wait till
exact
you
same
bite
story.
into
Got pregnant after the first
Tastes like
date.
grandfather's
On April Fool's Day of this year, Amy hosted a gender reveal party. I told the sister that she needed proof. An ultrasound photo with her name on it. Pregnancy test, a document from the hospital. That evening, the boyfriend asked her to go to the pharmacy and purchase a pregnancy test, and she took off.
Jesus Christ.
No pregnancy test was ever performed. So 2 days later, she went missing. Her friend sent her boyfriend at the time a text message saying that they had found Amy deceased on her father's
I'll be in town.
She
I'll
had
be in
written a
town,
suicide
Gordon.
note. So the boyfriend's
And you're
family
never
called
one
police
to
and had
mince
them
words
do a wellness
when it
check
comes
on
to
Amy.
items that don't meet your culinary standards, whether it's pub food that's laced in
On
truffle
top of all
oil
of that, she
or tasting
contacted
menus
this
overrun
man's
with
sister
foam.
saying
But
that
how
the
does Gordon
twins
Ramsay feel about some of the
reported that there was a
2018
third
food
baby
trends
that
that
lived
have
through
been
it.
bubbling up across social media?
So here
We'll
we are in
find
late
out
October.
today.
There's no baby.
Stephen,
and the two of them.
laptop, please.
So you
Gordon,
contacted the
how
family
you doing, my man?
and said, take care
Now I
of
feel
you.
like I just swallowed
Absolutely,
a
we
fucking
sent
mouthful of
them on
bandages.
a few of the ultrasounds.
Do you have
and
any
pictures,
thoughts on this black
I think
foods
email
trend
from
known as
the
God
coroner's
foods?
office
Everything from
just to
jet
prove
black
that
ice cream to
all of these
all
events
black
happened
burger
here. It
buns
could
made with
happen
activated charcoal.
Apparently, at a gender reveal party, he confronts her and
Really?
says, "Hey, are you
Shit.
really
I'm now
pregnant?
fucking
I
crying
want
over
to see a
fucking
pregnancy
wing.
test." She leaves,
And
goes to the hospital,
yeah. So
and what
charcoal
she
foods.
produces with her discharge summary at 10:18 that night is something that says vomiting in pregnancy, and she's given a Zofran, which is an anti-nausea. And there's no evidence that they tested her for pregnancy, just that she said, I'm pregnant, I'm having nausea. They gave her Zofran and sent her home. So she could have easily said, I would like to take a
It's an
pregnancy.
adventure for everyone. Careful of the eyes.
But she didn't. She provided something that said vomiting in pregnancy, which doesn't say that they tested her for pregnancy, just that they
I
treated
really want to
her
take my daughters for nice
for a patient self-report of vomiting in pregnancy.
So these guys developing this shit got too much.
She could have easily gotten a pregnancy test, but
Do
did
you
not.
have any
That's what
thoughts
she was given money for. They
on
asked
this, which is a
her
spaghetti
to
donut?
specifically go to a pharmacy, pick up a pregnancy test, and actually
Really?
perform the pregnancy
A
test
spaghetti
in front of them.
donut.
Okay.
She couldn't do that.
Well, 20
Well, if you
days
think that's
later,
stupid, do you have any
Amy
thoughts on
sends
this?
this text.
Which is a
One
sushi
baby
croissant.
was missed,
And then we also have
and she's
sushi
talking about an
donuts.
abortion here. One baby was missed,
Yeah.
still
So I
going
know
to be parents this October.
And to have a fucking
This is to the
sushi
boyfriend's
donut.
sister. One an
Fucking
abortion was performed,
Like,
but one baby was missed.
Do you
Was
think
still
that
going
chefs
to be
have any
parents in October.
obligation to respect the origins
That's
of food?
now.
or
That's
that?
this October.
culturally.
Yeah.
So she's supposedly pregnant with one child now.
This is amazing. The line.
Allegedly.
Okay. So
And then one
you
more
gave us
for
a
you.
video of you
Have
having
you
a
heard of
severe,
avocado
you had a
lattes?
severe allergy to pepper,
Lattes
like
served inside
peanut
an
allergy,
Is that the
which
snowflake
kills children,
generation
of
again?
course.
A lot
allergy
in an
takes up to
avocado.
20 minutes
That's fucking stupid.
to, and depending on
I mean,
how
really,
much pepper that's
what is wrong
using.
with
And this production happens so fast. I could provide all of the
Yeah,
necessary
I-
documentation.
Are you out of things
I
in the
know
bag?
Now I've got more coming. Trust me.
I know the curve of the mucus
We really have
membranes
2
and
more to go.
the airways.
Just
closing
2
down
more to
when
go.
there's
Fucking
a,
hell.
We're
allergic
almost
reaction.
there.
In
I
fact,
haven't tried this.
I have a
since fucking
video of
AA
someone
Gil's funeral.
that actually has an anaphylactic shock reaction. This is a mild to moderate episode. Let's take a look. You hear the wheezing because the airways are shutting down.
So if I,
and this
take
is,
something sweet,
I
you
love
see
it.
she's got an EpiPen.
Thank you very much.
They're taking this, and finally says, you need to do it.
sweet fucking donut. I fucking hate donuts.
Can I add that I was hospitalized for anaphylaxis once before, and I had an EpiPen.
You see, this is
But we're
the,
sweating off the calories too at the same
Listen.
time. You know that donut does help a little.
It does. Would you like some more?
Yes, please.
okay. Now, that's a mild to moderate anaphylaxis.
Shit.
And
Shit.
let's take a look
No.
at
In fact, this
your
fucking
anaphylaxis
program
that
No.
you
You ever
called
killed
an
anybody?
ambulance over.
We haven't heard from
Medic right
Coolio.
across the street.
since.
That's my doctor. They would travel miles
Seriously.
to
For us.
You're talking and adjusting the camera and
because I was filming what was happening. I could feel it happening. My tongue is like swelling up now.
you're chatting them up, telling them what's going on here.
It's swelling really
That's a
Someone knows Hell's Kitchen and Master Chef, but for my money, some of the most interesting programming happens outside of the restaurant setting. When you went to Brixton Prison to teach inmates how to cook, was your ITV documentary about drug abuse in the restaurant industry?
Yes.
What was your
As a
most
matter of
harrowing
fact, when you're in a
experience
situation
while
when you have
investigating
to move
illicit
pretty
shark
quickly,
fin
you throw
trades
stuff
in Costa
in
Rica?
not
Sometimes
when
you
you
don't
have anaphylaxis, you don't store
I
it.
didn't think today I'm going to eat a pizza with extra black pepper on it. You don't think of certain things.
I know what you're saying, Dr. Phil.
Okay, when you're subject to your air being cut off,
Yes, sir.
you don't store it.
You don't breathe. Yeah, you're right.
Shit. When you know it's happening, and you feel it's happening, you don't wait for it either.
So when you've had a reaction worse than what we just saw, and you stored your everything.
Not on purpose.
So you're subject at any time to what we saw with that woman happening to you. And
I have a lot of Benadryl, and I'm very careful with the things that I eat. I always ask, is there black pepper in it? And I protect myself. with
except
the
a pizza that somebody you don't know sent you, and you just ate that, not knowing what was ordered, what
It
they
was
put
in
on
the heat
it.
of the moment. Sometimes you don't always think, and to demonize
Tissues on deck.
a reaction like that. You
So
can't-
I'm
you
good.
can't make
Dom
that
coming
up. It
through.
happens.
Thank you, sir.
It's not worth 5 cents on YouTube to have a reaction. It's like, hey, I just ate this pizza. If something happens to me, you
Well,
can
it's
say
well, 5 cents, I know what you mean, but
you don't text me off the YouTube.
no, but there are different
Most
kinds of
harrowing experience
currencies.
for me would
Another kind of a
be
currency is attention giver.
sat underneath those 2.5 meter fucking
Is it
bull sharks
possible
in Costa
that
Rica
that was
thinking,
attention
fuck,
getting
might get eaten now.
I'm sorry.
I'll never be
Why
able to
would I
drive
put
my Ferrari
myself
again.
through that and make myself look like an idiot?
Shut thing.
Well, that
Deplorable.
doesn't, because you don't think that looks like an it, you think that looks like you're suffering.
So beautiful guys, check me out. I'm having anaphylaxis
Couldn't
here.
talk.
Yeah.
What the fuck have you done to
Because
me?
you're truthfully truthful.
Shit, you said come
And
take
you
some fucking
tell the
meds out
truth
my
and you
asshole.
don't tell them.
Really?
The truth is my hair looks good and I just ate some black pepper. Check out how my lips swell up. No, it's not like that.
All right, Gordon.
I have a big
Here we are at the finish line. This is the last dab. We call it the last dab because it's tradition around here to put a little extra on the last wing. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Organization. I'm working with David, and he's a veteran. I connected with him on Instagram, and we had a long phone conversation about how we were both into
Well, here
helping
you are,
veterans and
proving the kids wrong.
whether it's
They
bullying,
didn't think you could do it, but here you are.
and things like that. We've actually had the
At the
opportunity
Iron
to
Man finish
participate in
line
a
of
few
chicken
events. We've been blessed with raising $3,000 so far to alleged to donate to veterans or people that have been suffering from hurricane. Amy is illegally
Hit me with
taking
it. Hit me
donations
with
without
one.
having their non-for-profit 501c3 clearance. We're actually waiting on
It's going
the
down.
501c3 clearance to go through, and then we'll be able to start using those donations to the best we can as an organization. In order to have a non-for-profit group, you have to
All right,
pass
Gordon
the
Ramsay,
ethics.
here we are.
Amy's not going to pass
Episode
that.
8.
If David actually knows
Season
that,
8,
then he would
Episode
run
1,
all his
almost in
offices.
the books, and just one more challenge to go.
You know what, man? I want
It's gonna be on me. You know, you're such a great
David,
teacher,
thanks for being
such a
here.
drill sergeant in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and you just sit back and
You,
relax. Because on this
you-
wing, what I want to do is make you perfect scrambled eggs. I just need you to cook me on food. Somebody, roll out the mise en place.
Do you have that effect on all women in your life? Like, what happened here? I missed the.
Here it comes.
What did she say to you?
Here it comes.
From what I understand, she was raging backstage and throwing water bottles at people and really being quite
It's a
oppositional.
toilet nearby. Quickly, do you mind?
You
I'll go
guys,
upstairs. Is it nearby?
And then
You
it's
know what?
right
That's
to the
fine.
green room. Right
That's
to the
fine. I'm
green
telling
room.
you right now, Justin. Falsify my ass. I'm telling you guys right now with your false. I came on this.
Do you think for 1 minute you guys are go?
Let's go. Hand on the stove.
Yeah,
Let's go.
My bag.
Eggs. Tap. In. Let's go. Follow me.
Tap.
Yeah, and in.
In.
Yeah. So for shuttle again. Good.
Tap.
And in. So no season at the beginning. We never season at the beginning. Right, spatula.
Spatula.
Yeah, let's go start stirring. Okay. Yeah. Put some energy to it. Like stirring the speed. Don't stand there fucking staring at it. Stir, stir, stir. Okay, in. Break it up. Make sure you clean the bottom of the pan. Wipe out all the way. Put some energy to it. Stir, stir, stir. There we go. We never salt it first. We salt it now, it'll absolutely break down the egg and turn it watery. Okay? Try and keep it in the pan as well. You piss them down the side as well. Yes?
Have a little nervous.
Oh, stop it. Come on, Jesus Christ. From there, I'll slice up the butter. Okay?
Amy told me
We
that
don't
she
put
went to
the
the hospital because of
seasoning in
labor
to the very
pains.
end.
She was
No
suffering from
seasoning
spinal
yet.
abruption.
We put in.
They flew her to a major hospital. One of the children died instantly, and the other one only lived for
Now we come off
20
the
to 30 minutes.
Back on there now.
Once
See,
again,
get down, around all those.
and was not notified.
I know, it's not only that, I just gone for piss. Now I'm just fucking my
Amy
thing.
told me
Now
that she
I'm
was
like,
so
oh,
distraught
why
that
my
she
legs are bending
ripped
over now? Why don't you tell me just put some gloves? Put some marigolds.
I was very skeptical of the story. Placental abruption is very
Is that the shit you
serious.
smoke here in California?
I don't know any
Sure they're
hospital that
chives.
would let
Maybe.
someone
Oh my
just
Lord.
suffered such a traumatic experience.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Her boyfriend's parents planned a memorial service for the twins.
Back
They
off
were
the
going to
again.
be in
Good.
casket 2 days
Look
before
at
the
this shot
service.
together.
Amy had the twins cremated. No one ever saw
Good.
bodies.
Now it's coming
Later,
together.
I saw
And that's
pictures
detection
of
one, right?
their alleged
Yes.
children in the hospital. The
Back
pictures were
on.
very
Now we
odd.
start
There was
seasoning,
different
okay?
bedding in each picture.
Fucking end this thing now. Where'd
My
you get this
alarms
from?
were going
There you
off. I had to get to the bottom of
Go.
it. I called the ambulance.
Yeah, back
They,
off the
no
heat.
ambulances were toned out to that house. I also called our local
Good.
helipad. All
Now,
types
to
of
slow it down,
sound
stop the
excessive
cooking process,
wind that
a
night.
touch of compression.
I
Now,
went a step
mix that
further
in.
and contacted the county coroner's office.
So
They
a couple
hadn't
spoons,
had
please.
twin deaths documented
Really
in
fucking
years.
piping
With all
hot
the
now as well.
inconsistencies in her story,
Jesus
the
Christ
family
almighty. And then
decided to
from there,
a
find
few
me.
days later,
In.
Amy packed her stuff.
All that in.
completed this
Now go beat them. Thing with I. Taste.
Well, Courtney,
We're going to take it
thank
out.
you for being here. Why are you
What does that need?
invested in this?
I watched
Hot
my good
sauce.
friends
No,
and
fucking
family
salt.
suffer
Fucking
and
donut. Fucking hell. We don't put
tremendous loss
fucking
of
hot
life.
sauce in there.
And
Jesus Christ, I'll be fucking pissing it in a minute.
seeing someone go
Okay.
through something like
There.
that,
Texture beautifully done.
I knew that something had to be done.
Alright.
I didn't want her to try to do this to anybody else.
Damn hot sauce.
So you saw people you cared about
It is too
getting
perfect
excited
the way
and
it is.
celebrating
Thank you
and
very
having baby
much, Gordon
showers and
Ramsay,
putting
all the
together
way through the
nurseries
Hot
and
Ones
being thrilled to death.
and looking
Absolutely.
like a million
And
bucks.
then mourning what you believe to be make-believe
And now
babies.
there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you, my
Nothing
friend. This camera,
registered
this
with
camera,
you in
this
the
camera.
beginning.
Let the people know what you have
She
going
did
on.
everything normal.
Oh, fuck off. Right now, I need to see a fucking doctor. Fuck yourself.
Pictures talked about how excited she was to be a mother again, and everything seemed pretty normal.
I've eaten some shit in my time. Fucking breast milk, macaroni and cheese. This has to be the worst I've ever fucking eaten. Shame on you, big boy.
Weren't working out with Mitch anymore. She had picked up on the vibe and then she called me and told me that she was
Hey, what's going on, Spice Lords? This is Sean Evans checking in to say thank you for watching today's episode. I pledge that I will put up a new high next Thursday at 11 a.m. And all I ask in return is that you smash that subscribe button. It's been a childhood dream of mine, long before YouTube was invented, to one day have a 5 million subscriber channel, and we're pushing it. We're getting close. Help make this fully grown adult man's dream come true. Who appreciates it, Spice Lords?
I got into my contact and started calling people, getting a hold of my family on Facebook. I probably had to block 30 or 40 different numbers she called me from. So my neighbor, I had kidnapped her cousin and was holding her cousin against her will. She sent me fake ultrasound pictures that don't have any name on them. He's hospitalized, serial numbers.
Wow, this is awesome.
I mean, I don't wish
You know what I mean? This is like challenging in a way I've never experienced this.
Wow.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean
what do
Evans,
you
and you're watching
say
Hot
to
Ones.
that?
It's the show with hot questions,
Well, that's
even hotter
partially why
ways.
I'm here.
Today I'm joined by
He's a
Lana
hot
Glazer and
water
Abby Jacobson. Together,
Did
they're
you
the
send him an
stars and
ultrasound?
creators of Broad
I
City,
did.
now entering its fifth and final
He
season,
sent
Thursdays
us
on
the
Comedy Central.
Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you
that
for having us.
he said
I'm
you
really
sent him.
excited and anxious to be here.
And for the
This is
second
it,
time,
correct?
we have, since the great
He
Joey
was
Coco Diaz, we have
concerned
not had guests bring blue
that
cheese to the table.
This
Today that
ultrasound
changes.
About the blue cheese. I
didn't
saw it. I was like,
have
oh, blue
any
cheese.
identifying
Yeah,
information.
I am stoked about that. That's going to help on that package side.
All right, well, you guys ready to get it started?
You know, if it's anything that was intentional, but he's never asked me to supply him with anything else either.
But he thinks you're not pregnant.
Even for a rude awakening.
Well, we can help with that today.
So this first one's the
because
classic.
we have a
Cheers.
nurse here
Watch
that
I died.
can do an independent
No,
pregnancy
just like,
test, and we can send it to him, so he doesn't have any
so we're doing
room
cauliflower.
for
Yeah, really
doubt
good,
or
right?
concern about
this is
manipulation.
kind of
So
the
he
next
knows
thing.
you're
Yeah, I
not
am
joking
like,
him around.
this is
He
like
knows
the
that
kind
I'm
of
not. I've provided him with a copy
You
of
guys
the
like
document.
freaking rock, man.
Would you
So
like
guys
our
have received
nurse
a lot of
to
well-deserved
confirm it
attention
and send it
for
to him?
comedy, but Alana, one thing that I think you deserve a lot more credit for
I guess
is
I don't know why-
trailblazing this sort of
why
Twitch generation that we
issue.
have now with your
Well, I'm
series.
just asking
Chronic
what I
Care.
accepted you.
I was talking about
I don't
So it's
feel,
between
I
the
feel
two
like
of
I've
you.
already
I just
provided him with
was
that, and
Okay.
I don't owe him
doing
anything more than what I've already given him.
It's so different, Twitch seems, from TV. So it's this like online community, millions and millions
You asked
of
several questions.
followers, and it's
You
like,
said, what
where,
causes
you know, but they're like teenagers.
someone to
You have
lie?
celebrities like Ninja who will make millions of dollars a year playing
And,
Fortnite.
and I'm also like,
You had a goal,
like I
and
don't
your
mind
goal
because Alana,
was,
I have not said
I'm
a thing.
hoping
But Alana's like, I
he
have no
will
idea what
own
you're
up for what he
I
has
only
done.
have an idea,
He
but I don't
plays
know it
the victim.
intimately either. I know what Fortnite
That
is.
was
I
your
don't totally
goal.
get it. You want to move on to
Step
number two?
up.
I know what Fortnite is.
Well,
quite
and
yet,
if
because
he
I'm
needs
sorry.
help, I want
Sorry,
him to get
so,
help because
wait, I'll finish
the
the
lies that he
conversation.
tells
So
and
I
the
know
things
what
that he does to
Fortnite
people are
is.
not normal.
I know what it is.
Be
Just
me
so
for a
close
minute,
now. Cool.
okay?
I'm a big Fortnite.
Don't shake your head.
No, I don't play it. I just know it.
Was making a
Be me for a
mobile
minute.
game with
What do you
dildos,
think
bongs,
makes
and a
somebody
JonBenet Ramsey beanie baby the
make up
culmination of your gaming dream.
lies
Talk about
and
I
fabricate
play it and talk
stories?
about like a simple enough game for these
Well,
idiots.
there's a couple
But also,
conclusions that
they
I've
do
come
the
to.
one thing
It's
about it is
either
there's
one,
an image of
it's a
us,
learned
and
behavior.
I am like we're going like
Two,
this, and
it's
they
a
made
mental
me
health
look like
issue.
I'm a
Or
bodybuilder.
three,
It's
it's an
like
addiction,
push,
and
it's
it's something that they get
it's okay. I think it's a
vibe out of doing that to
way
people.
you're versatile.
What do you think the impact is?
I don't think that he's got any
Okay.
like
This
respect for
one's
any
like
woman's work,
sweeter.
and
I like these.
I don't think
Yeah.
that he cares what he does to other
Enjoy
people.
that while you
We're
can.
gonna like rewind back to
You
that.
think somebody that does that would lack?
So you guys have become an inspiration for a lot of do-it-yourself creators, and that you
You
took
think he
Broad
needs
City
help?
from this
Yes, I do. That's
bootstrapping
why I'm
web
here.
series.
I'm
into
wondering if you
celebrity show
recognize
on Comedy Central.
that
And
you need
your
help as
hot ones, we
well.
sometimes wonder what
And
we
I've been
even
doing that.
do
I've
if
been
we
working
had a
on
budget.
myself.
Like I don't even
I'm
know
wondering
how we'd gussy up this freak
That's
show.
funny. I love
if
that.
in a
And I'm curious,
sense,
when Comedy Central
you
cut
being
the
here
check
today
for Broad
is
City
fine.
season 1, what was the most amazing new way you found you could spend cash? And then what was the most wasteful? We used
I
to do
think
this
the
for
whole situation
$10.
is
We were like
it's a mess.
stealing every
well, but I'm
shot,
wondering if you
stealing
being
every
here today
location.
is a cry
Unless
for
we're gonna
help,
get the shop and
because
pay them like
do you watch this show?
$60 to let us shoot there.
Um,
We're stealing it, so we're especially
do you
the
think I know what
subway
I'm
stuff that's so
Really good
difficult to shoot with.
do you think I do my
Like
homework?
once you have a legit show, they're like, you can't shoot here for free. So it was
We
also,
actually
like,
got an email
all
from a
this
friend
stuff
of
that costs
yours
so much money
who was
that
concerned
I know he
about
was like
you
running.
and said that you.
I'm all right.
I'm sorry.
You take time out.
Well, I don't want you to take a
I
time
like
out.
this
I want you to
That one
talk
too. As showrunners and
Because
stars
there
of
are
the show, I'm
times
curious,
in
what was the
people's
biggest
lives-
pain in the ass scene to pull off?
I'm gonna walk out.
It's my own
Well,
fault
hold on.
because I was also directing
Hold on,
at this
'cause let me tell you
location. I
something.
picked this location that was
And-
like
And listen,
in the middle
you can
of
leave anytime
Madison
you
Square
want.
Park, kind of like
but-
on the outset, but it's like we are
Hear what I have to say first.
fully watched by
I'm
the
sorry?
city,
I don't
like
want to see
shooting and
this.
it's another thing.
What I want you to do is hear me. You're willing to hear me, right?
It was all of that. It was the hottest day of 2 days.
That's what
the
you
century.
came
Like
here for, right?
It was
To
like
hear from me?
global warming. It was dead red ditch. The earth is warming. I I had this like tube top that was
I think people get to a point
and we're trying on a
in their
96-degree day.
that are thresholds. And when they get to those thresholds, they can make a choice to go left or go right, and it can really have a profound impact on the rest of their lives. And you and I both know that you haven't been fully forthcoming. And
I haven't talked to you. This is the first time I've sat down and talked with you.
well, you haven't been fully forthcoming with us, with my staff. No, but you need to listen to me. Okay. She kind of has a choice. She can go right or she can go left. If she goes left, there are 2 current warrants out for her arrest. And we can inform LAPD and they can execute on those warrants. Or she can agree to get some help and we can get her connected with Dr. Collusion and Dr. Manning here, who are from Creative Care, which is one of the most elite, high-quality inpatient treatment facilities in the entire United States. If I go through a history and a timeline here and ask you some different questions, are you ready, willing, and prepared to be completely honest?
Yeah.
Well, think about that a second. If we all get asked that question, the socially acceptable response is to say yes. But we all go through life and we get shaped by our experiences, things that happen to us. We react in different ways.
Yeah, Dr. Phil allowed himself to be turned into a video game.
Make a choice that maybe seems like a good idea at the time, and then next thing we know, kind of made a bad choice, and then that leads to another bad choice, and then we think, oh my God, I've made 2 bad choices, now I have to make a 3rd one, or the first 2 look really bad, and I don't know how to undo that. Are there things that you have said and done that, in fact of the matter, really weren't anything about all of this business about pregnancies and that sort of thing? What would you think of someone, I'm not even talking about you, what would you think of someone that did lie about a pregnancy and the death of the baby and caused people to get their hopes up and then go through loss and grief and mourn? If somebody did that and it was made up and caused people all that pain, what would you think about a person?
I want to think they were a great person. I think they did the disease that we could deal with it.
What do you think would make somebody do that? And again, I'm talking hypothetically. I'm not sure. Why do you think somebody would do that if they did?
Say relationship status, wanting to be pregnant.
You think that kind of person would be in a lot of pain themselves?
So yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be malicious. They might just be in a lot of pain themselves. Have you ever exaggerated your circumstance about being pregnant or being further along than you were, or declaring yourself pregnant before you were certain that you were pregnant?
Yeah.
How so?
Right after we got pregnant, and then shortly after getting pregnant, I took a pregnancy test to make sure that I was pregnant at the time, and some of the HCG was actually still from the prior pregnancy. it was detected when I got pregnant a couple weeks after that, thinking I was pregnant.
So you thought you were pregnant, but you weren't, but then you got pregnant later. Are you pregnant right now?
Absolutely not.
Did you terminate a pregnancy in April
End
of this year?
the end of March or April? No. Or was that terminated?
What happened to that pregnancy?
It actually all went into my suicide attempt as well. So.
Did you send a text to the father's sister that said that you had terminated the pregnancy and one baby was missed, so you're still going to be parents in October?
No.
Did you send this?
I used to think
No.
just couldn't.
Who sent that?
I don't even know what number that's from.
It was from your phone number,
I didn't send it.
your current phone number.
I had already went through my suicide attempt by this time. So if I sent this message, I was definitely on medication at that time.
I don't care so much for you. I'm sorry to say.
He claimed to have 2 pregnancies. The first one, she finished to 19 weeks, and I was actually on vacation, and she said that she had a miscarriage, and then a second pregnancy not long after that of twins. And once again, I was on vacation, and she said that they were stillborn. I had never gotten to see any of the children. I was never at the hospital. She would never give me the chance to go to any of her appointments. I would take days off of work, but she would say that they got changed last minute. I did not see her name on any document. I made a nursery in my home, and we had a baby shower after the twins, and I was just disbelieved and heartbroken. Like I said, I want to be the body, I want to be death certificate, I want to be hospital record. There's no record of her being at any hospital in a 100-mile radius. She has had pictures of 2 different babies. I can tell if they're dead or alive. She would change her story up. At one point, she said that she went to Chicago and she found a place that does an abortion. It's all my fears that she had them somehow and they're leaving and she's trying to keep that a secret from me. This is sort of like a game for her. She sees how much she can get away with, and then she just moves on to her next person that she can con. She's a sociopath. She's just a terrible person. It was a very stressful time and very depressing time in my life.
For you, YouTube Music
Well, that's the father, and he doesn't believe you. It causes a lot of pain in
He
his
doesn't, but I was throwing up so drastically that he was giving me fluids to keep that down.
Uninterrupted music.
Well, that doesn't change whether you were
Try
pregnant.
1 month free.
Yes.
And he doesn't believe that you were, not once but twice.
It's fine.
You offered me a penny for my thoughts.
My 4-year-old twin identical daughter, Sophia and Vivian, were born in 2012. They are completely my pride and joy. After I had the twins, I joined a Facebook group for moms and multiples using an alias name, Precious Bundle. I did upload some photos here and there. Because I'm really proud of them. When my girls turned 1, I got a private message on Facebook from a lady alerting me that my twin girls' photos had been stolen off of Facebook and being posted by someone else. When I went to this lady's blog, it said that her name was Ashley. She basically took my photos offline and made it a complete lie of her as their mom and has a story to go along with every single picture with my girls. She gave me children, Nate, Adea, and Cambridge. As I started following, I realized at that time that my daughters had been digitally kidnapped.
I just want to figure out what is going through her head. We found out where she lived, so we called the police.
Ashley had been arrested for burglary, assault, and computer fraud. She'd actually spent time in jail.
Police told us that there's nothing really they can do because they said there's no crime in stealing photographs. We felt helpless.
My husband sent her a message that we know that she has stolen photos of our babies. He's told her that we contacted the police.
We never heard a response. We thought that was the end of it.
Well, that was far from the end of it. Just a few weeks ago, April discovered that this online stranger, Ashley, has been allegedly stealing photos of her twin daughters, Sophie and Vivian, for years. Not just reposting them, but putting their pictures in frames throughout her home, as if they were her own children.
9 days ago, I got a private message on Facebook from somebody, and that person alerted me to the fact that she believes that Ashley is posting photos of my twin girls on Facebook and claiming that that's her. This is still continuing, and then it has been continuing since my children's birth. I contacted an investigator. She was able to friend Ashley on Facebook. Once Ashley accepted her request, the investigator got in there and sent us hundreds and hundreds of photos. It has gone further than just posting photos on Facebook. My girls are in picture frames all over her house, above her bed, above her nightstand, on her TVs, on her dressers, on the end of couches.
Ashley altered a lot of the pictures. The pictures had our girls' names on the outfits they were wearing, and she would blur them out. A lot of photographs had my wife in a reflection, and she would blur that out. Ashley's room with the cribs was painted the exact same color my wife painted ours.
I saw one photo of my girls at their 4-year-old pediatrician visit.
She just made up a story that one of them had seizures. My girls have never had seizures.
I learned that Ashley is claiming she lost custody and that her mother-in-law has custody of them. This was a comment off of a photo that Ashley posted of my kids. Ashley comments, I don't get to see them at all. Hopefully that changes, and then notice very capitalized soon. This was the comment that I decided, I'm stopping this. I have to get to the bottom of this. My family is in turmoil over it. We are scared for our children.
We installed security cameras on our house. I do have a pistol in my house. It's loaded, ready to go. I will do whatever I have to do to protect my family.
I am dealing with someone who is completely mentally unstable.
Okay, Nathan, April, there is actually a term for this, as you know. It's referred to now as digital kidnapping. And it's where people take these pictures, they rename the children, they post them as their own, they claim them as their own. And you feel strongly that that's what's happened here. And this has you concerned. Why? Just in your own words.
My biggest concern is that she's going to fulfill the fantasy that she's been living for 4 years, and she's going to break into my house and steal my children.
Have you ever posted any pictures of any babies on Facebook, theirs or anybody else's?
My nieces and nephews.
You do have a Facebook account, I assume
I do.
everybody does. You can clear up the mystery. Do you have any objection to us looking on your Facebook account? Okay, and we could go to your Facebook page here, and this is your Facebook, right? This is your Facebook account, and so if we look in your Facebook account, there will be no pictures of their babies on your Facebook. And what if there were?
By posting me in there shouldn't be.
Well, no, there shouldn't be, of course, but how could there be, right?
Exactly.
Because you have no involvement with them at all.
A personal guide to the world of indie music. Get a free trial of YouTube Music Premium
But
today.
tell me who these girls are.
I don't know.
They're on your Facebook page. Tell me who these girls are.
My baby girls, Sophie and Vivi. My girls, they're our girls, and they're not your freaking girls.
I realized that. I did not.
But these are her, Nathan and April's children. You said they wouldn't be on your Facebook page.
No, they shouldn't be.
Who are these girls? Who are these girls, Nathan? Who are these girls?
Our girls.
Who are these girls?
Our girls.
Who are these girls?
My girls.
Who are these girls?
Our girls.
Who are these girls?
Our girls.
Who are these girls? Who made those headbands? Who are these girls? You have hundreds of pictures of their twin girls on your Facebook page.
Can I see that Facebook page name and send this in?
I'm
No.
serious.
No.
Are you in the photo?
Okay, it looked okay to you a minute ago. You okayed it before he asked you,
Yeah.
right? And now you're denying about my your face.
Where were you at?
Well, this is your Facebook page, right? And I went to photos, and then I went to mobile upload, and then I went to scroll down to their pictures. And you deleted about 100 of them today.
I haven't been on my.
But you came to the stage before you could delete them all.
I haven't today.
And you've been deleting recently, but you didn't get them all deleted before you came to the stage today. How did hundreds of pictures of their twins who you've never heard of get on your Facebook page? You have no
I honestly
idea.
don't.
How about this picture? This would be you at 3 years old, right?
Yes, I haven't seen that picture in a long time.
Yeah, but that's you at 3.
Yes, that's
And that's their girls at 3.
that's what they're saying. Yes.
That's our girl.
I believe you. I believe you that they are.
And what you say is me at 3, almost 3, and at 3. So you're comparing how you looked at 3 and how your girls look at 3.
Those are not my girls.
Of course they're not your girls. But what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a 3 stack with these girls saying, see how much I look like my girls at 3. That's your caption down there. Ashley, help me out here. I'm trying to help you.
I realize that, but I did not take pictures from them.
So you know that April and Nathan are a couple with a set of twins.
Yes.
And for some reason, they think you have what's referred to as digitally kidnapped these children and are claiming them as your own. And you, of course, say that's absolutely not the case. Why would they think you're doing that? Why would they, if somebody's doing that, why would they pick you? Why would they think you're the one doing it?
Yes, I have been told about those things. I have no idea why they think that.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have twins?
Yes.
Oh, you do have
Yes.
twins.
I
Okay.
do not have custody of them though.
Okay. And when were they?
They were born June 22nd, 2012.
2012.
Yes.
Girls, boys?
Girls.
Girls. But you don't have custody of them now? Why not?
I had made mistakes in my life, and I was sent to prison, and I lost custody of them because of that.
Okay. Who has custody of them now?
I'm not sure who does right now. I don't have that information. I don't have rights to them.
So you signed away your parental rights, or were they terminated
I signed away.
involuntarily? So you agreed to sign it away?
Yes.
Was that a hard thing to do?
Yes.
Are there twins in your family, or was this a surprise when you had twins?
My older sisters are actually twins.
Was that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you kind of knew?
Well, I mean, I didn't know, but it was still a surprise because no one thinks it's going to be you. But yeah.
Well, I'm married to a twin, and I've got triplets on both sides of my family. And my son married a triplet, so we thought we might have a litter when he had kids. So was the pregnancy difficult?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I'm sure, more difficult than a normal pregnancy, but I had too many complications.
Yeah. How many weeks did you go?
31.
So they were early.
Yes.
Yeah. How big were they when they were born?
Adea was 4'7", and Kimberly was 5 pounds.
Well, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, they were really good weights.
Were they healthy when they were born?
They were pretty healthy, yes.
And how long did you have them before they were taken away?
3 months.
How do you think a mother would feel if somebody was hijacking their children and claiming them as their own, and putting their names on them, and all that? I mean, how would a mother feel when that was happening?
I think I definitely felt possibly scared.
I'm not sure how I would feel in that situation, but I do think I would definitely be scared about it.
As a mother, not being a mother, I mean, I'm a dad, so I've got connection, of course, with the kids, but I'm a maternal mom. It's different than any other. As a mother, what do you think would motivate somebody to do that?
I have no idea.
See, you decided to sell some things on the internet because I do my homework and I have tracked your digital footprint all through the internet. You decided to sell this lamp, okay? And you took a picture of this lamp to sell this lamp, and behind that lamp is a picture of their two girls hanging in your house. This is your house and your lamp that you put up for sale. This is a picture of a nightstand in your house for sale, and it's got pictures of their girls on your nightstand in your house that you put up for sale. This is a picture in your house, and this is a picture of you right here next to pictures of their girls on the nightstand. Do you not know how those got in your house? These are the pictures that are in these pictures. This picture is this one. This picture is this one. Ashley, come on, those are in your house. I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to help you. I don't want to get you in trouble. I want to help you. You don't need your trouble. You need to be helped. We'll never have a better home. We'll never have a better home. These people came to me and said they did not want me to start you down. As much as they're hurting, as much as they're upset. Why do you think they came to the one person in the meeting that's a mental health professional? Because they want to help you. Don't you know? Caught in a trap. She said, as a mother, this person must be in a lot of pain. Don't you know? Caught in a trap. I can't walk. Help her in that fix out.
I don't know what else to say.
You went to the point of your mother posting pictures of these children, correct? In 2012, we have your mother's Facebook account, where your mother's posting pictures of her grandchildren and bragging on how wonderful they are. Your mother died in 2009, but you're posting pictures on her behalf in 2012. There's her tombstone. She died in 2009. We've done our homework. We know the truth. The important thing is for you to own the truth. You cannot move on if you don't own the truth. All of the truth. Your mother died in 2009. You're posting pictures on her website in 2012. 3 years after she's deceased. Now, I've got a picture of her tombstone up here. You got to figure I've done the homework.
Thank you.
Why are there no birth records of your
Fantastic group. Thank you very much.
There are no birth records if you didn't have them.
Music is playlists made for any moment.
correct?
Choose your vibe or activity on the redesigned homepage and get custom playlists mixed just for you. Explore YouTube Music today.
You said you don't want me to get in trouble, right?
What?
You said you don't want me to get in trouble, right? You just
I don't want you to
this
get in
to
trouble.
stop.
No, I want this to stop. They don't want to prosecute you. They want you to go away. They don't want you to be part of their life. They don't want to get in. They want this to stop here. Here's what we're talking about here. I want to take a look at some of the things that you have seen, and you were alerted to this by someone else. Here's a picture of your twins. And then here they are on Ashley's blog, where she takes these pictures 5 months later, and on her blog it says those small moments, as though these are her children. Okay, so she's hijacked the pictures at this point. Then here again, your Facebook, you're commenting. We've blurred the nurses' pictures because we don't want to involve them in this. But you're giving kudos to these wonderful nurses. Then we see the exact picture, but she's cropped the nurses out and put them on her Facebook page as though here are the children, progressing right along. You have a wonderful talent for making these headbands. Those are amazing. Robin loved those when she saw them. She was so impressed with these. And here you are from your Facebook. I love how Sophie and her hands placed. You can find these custom-made headbands that are so cute. And then from Ashley's blog, snuggled up to her sister, I made these bows. I love them. She's not only copying the pictures, but also the commentary as well. Picture of your nursery. It's not a very good resolution picture, but the color palette is pretty much the same. The setup is the same. The kids' walls, picture their names on the wall is the same. I mean, it just keeps on. I mean, she's invading everything that you're doing. What did you think when you saw this?
Truthfully, in the beginning, I don't think we were that worried about it. But since it's continued, and some of the latest posts we've seen, just really surprised, and actually we are very scared.
Do you have any gratitude for the fact that they did open their home to you?
Absolutely, and I've expressed my gratitude all the time. Calling the protective services really is a sign of great gratitude.
But you also said that not only did they neglect the children, they also neglected you.
Yeah, for 3 days they left me there, and during the day they would actually sleep in. I'd have the majority of the time I would be getting meals on my own, like in the kitchen on crutches, getting nursing. It's not that I was expecting more; it's just that I didn't expect it that way. We planned this
You were living in a tent.
I'm fine with living in a tent.
And they brought you into their home, and you're saying that she wasn't waiting on you enough?
No, it's not that she's not waiting on me enough. It's because
No, that's what you said, though.
it's not that she's not waiting on me enough. It's that if you plan something with somebody, you stick through it, and you actually do what might be considered acceptable. Putting somebody in a kitchen by themselves with crutches, it was really difficult. That's all I'm saying. I never said,
But you said you said that wasn't the deal that was made. You said she
maybe
was.
it wasn't what I was expecting, and that's fine. I'm very grateful.
But do you still believe that this child is being molested?
No, and that's the thing. I didn't know if it was molestation. That's what I even tried to explain to them, and I explained to DCS too. When you look up the signs on Google, it actually says bedwetting. It doesn't bedwetting. Wetting yourself. I'm sorry, and it's so normal that your child wets herself and you're knowledgeable of it, and you're just like, oh, actually, when children are being potty trained, one of the most effective ways, when children are being potty trained, one of the most effective ways to get them to understand that there's a consequence to their action is to allow them to clean up their spills. So when she had accidents at the age of 3, I taught her how to
put it into the laundry room, and deal with it. And guess what?
Just
We never have a problem with it. And when we do, she is self-sufficient. She knows how to take care of her. Where did she spend most of her time?
This needs to be said. Sarah,
You don't even know
we need to clarify something here. You are acting like our child wets herself every single day. We're talking about one time. You're building a church on one time. Are you kidding?
When I was like, God, and I was racing, it was almost immediately after that we were like, she doesn't let herself. I said, she doesn't bed wet. Because that's a symptom that can be associated with one time. But they only said you correct it 2 times. But yet you're not up in the morning to clarify that. They're 12. They can get a granola bar, a banana, and a yogurt. No, not in your honor and shove oatmeal down her face. You're 12. Okay, well, what about your 11-year-old? Making lunch for your daughter. You want the little kids making the younger kids lunch. You have your grandmother making breakfast.
You know what? I want to answer that question. Let me answer that question. That was an excellent question. What are we doing? What we are doing is we are teaching our kids how to be self-sufficient. We are teaching our kids how to problem solve. We are teaching our kids how to love people and how to help people who aren't as fortunate as we are. That is what we are teaching our kids.
No. You are out of
Sarah is crazy, self-absorbed, and dangerous.
Sarah is paranoid, distrustful, and passive-aggressive.
As a Christian, I wanted to help Sarah, but she ended up turning my life into a living hell. Sarah was homeless when I found her. She was living in a tent in a field that's right in front of our home. This field right over here is the place where I first met Sarah. I invited her to come to church with us that Sunday. I helped Sarah to get into a homeless shelter, but when she needed to have foot surgery, I invited Sarah to move into our home so that I could help take care of her.
Inviting Sarah into our home was a natural thing for us to do.
This is the couch where Sarah stayed. I helped her to get from here to the bathroom and for showering. As soon as she got her walking boot on, we asked her to spend her nights in here. She was included in all of our family meals. She went to church with us.
When Sarah started watching our family dynamic, she really started to turn on us.
Sarah accused us of starvation, sexual abuse, and neglect, saying that we starve our children. She was concerned about the level of independence that my kids have, how much they watch video games. One of our children has renal issues and wets herself. Sarah said that was a sure sign that she was being sexually abused.
As a father, I was very angry that somebody thought that sexual abuse was occurring inside of my house.
When we found out, we had a pretty heavy confrontation. I watched her eating breakfast in my house. Did you eat your breakfast? Did you clean your room? Her answer was, and then she went back up and she came back down and I asked her again. And she said, that is not neglect. And she said, no. Last Wednesday, when she reported our family to child services, she put our whole family in jeopardy. I had thoughts of vengeance. We immediately kicked Sarah out of our house. Sarah's accusations against our family were absolutely insane. Our family could have been torn apart because of what she did.
Make my wish come true. 2 years ago, my fiance and I fell on hard times and we lost our home. I actually left and found myself living on the street with him for we had no money and kept. In order to stay sober, I knew I needed to leave my fiance and get off the street. I had been living in the fields for about a month before I met him.
There was a homeless camp, and I had gone over and invited them to join us for church.
I was journaling in my tent, asking God for direction what I should do.
So when she heard me invite them, that's when she popped out of her tent and said, "What did you say?"
I felt like it was a sign from God. Eventually, I moved in with Brooke and her family. After living there, I became totally concerned about the welfare of their 7 children. The children in the home often skip meals. Nobody watches them, and they play on their electronics all day long. Most of Jason and Brooke's children have issues with fetal alcohol
spectrum and mental problems. I was concerned that her 5-year-old daughter was being sexually abused. I was concerned that it was her friend that was behind the sexual abuse. I recognized child abuse because I was abused when I was little. I had no choice but to contact child services. Jason and Brooke were furious when I reported it. I didn't regret calling protective services about them.
My 5-year-old, I'm explaining to her that she's going to have to do an interview with a police officer, and she was crying and telling me no. That's scary.
Even I was neglected in their home. When I was recovering, I was left alone for 3 days. I thought they invited me into their home to take care of me. Brooke and Jason don't value my opinion because they think I'm just some homeless girl found on the street. I will not apologize for what I have done because I know that I made the right choice. I know that Dr. Phil will agree with me when I say, if you see it, say it.
Okay, you've been backstage listening to everything, right? First off, anything you want to say in response to what you've heard so far?
Absolutely. When I was in your home, you had no problem with me there, and now you're on the show. You're literally a show. You can talk to your children so badly, you don't even acknowledge that. Everything I just saw on that television was a bunch of crap. You're too busy. You're too busy with everybody else outside of your home to see what's going on in your home. If they have special needs, why are you putting them on computers all day? You're neglecting them. Everybody else comes in your home, you neglect them. You don't even talk to them. You know what they need? They need your love. They need your attention. Are you done? Yes, good. Fantastic. My children are loved. Are they? By my children. Even to go on there that you excuse me, I didn't interrupt you, did I? I gave you your time. It's my turn. I take my kids to school every single day, and I talk to them the entire way. I ensure that they have appropriate lunches every single day. I talk to them on the full drive back every single day. I give them snacks. I help them with their homework. Then they get free time. God forbid they have free time to choose what they want to do. Then we sit down as a family and eat the home-cooked meal that I make. And we sit down and we go through our favorite parts of the day at the dinner table, and then we shut the electronics off, and we go and we shower and we snuggle and we watch TV together. And we repeat it the next day. That's normal, that's healthy, that's appropriate, and my children function at the highest levels that they are capable of, and it's because they are loved and they are stable. And you have no right to come into my home as a guest and tell me that my children are being neglected.
When Sarah first moved in, I set some boundaries. No smoking, no drinking. Because I had given Sarah some boundaries, she came back to me with some boundaries of her own.
I asked Brooke to not treat me as a child, to respect my choices and my decisions. I wanted to make sure that Brooke knew neither of us were better than the other. Brooke treated me differently because she felt that she was far more superior than me.
I found it quite comical because here I'm opening up my home to you and you're going to tell me how it is.
Well, Brooke and Jason say they have been happily married for 20 years and lived a fulfilling life with their 7 adopted special needs children. They say they extended their love to Sarah, a homeless, recovering addict who they welcomed into their home only to learn that she had what they considered to be ulterior motive. And based on the belief that if you see something, say something, Sarah says she saw something. She saw things that she considered to be indicative of or certainly warning signs, and she went to Child Protective Services, and she talked about sexual abuse and gave 3 reasons for it. She talked about child neglect, and she said all children that skipped breakfast for 5 days, took care of themselves, played electronic games, and stayed indoors. Homework was criticized by Brooke and Jason, and that was indicative of neglect. You wanted to respond.
First of all, she's taking innocent young men and putting something on them that is beyond just something you can casually accuse somebody of. That is a violent crime that they are being accused of, right? There's an impact that comes on those boys emotionally when those accusations are being made. Secondly, I do have experience and training in advanced training hours for our licensing.
on what a sexual abuse victim looks like. My daughter doesn't bedwet. She doesn't have night terrors. She's not afraid of going into her bed at night. She doesn't have sexualized behaviors. She doesn't have any access to her room. The girls are on this side of the house. The boys are on this side of the house. And before we ever brought a teenage boy into our home, we even put cameras in the girls' room. So it is beyond insulting, offensive, and completely delusional that one 5-year-old who's in a barn for a youth group session is holding her pee and she doesn't want to leave and miss out on the fun, and she urinates herself, and that makes her a sexual abuse victim? That's crazy.
Because the conversation with me in terms of like the camera, for example, she has a camera in there because they're worried about the girls that eating candy or bringing electronics into their room. It has nothing to do with the sexual abuse. Secondly, does go up into the room.
You may not use my son's name on this show. You have no right to humiliate him.
You also have no right. Don't use his name and don't neglect your children. Don't. I never abandoned them.
Hey.
And you're lying.
Hey,
right?
Sarah,
Yes, you are.
Sarah, I need you to listen to me right now. What you're saying couldn't be further from the truth. There is absolutely nothing. There is not one thing about what you're saying that is accurate. And here's the worst part. The worst part is you can bring your concerns to us. We address your concerns. And despite what we tell you that is happening in our house, the controls that we have in place, the insight that we have into our kids, you are uninterested in listening to why they are okay. You are insistent upon finding your own past in my children's present.
Shortly after Amy and I spoke with Dr. Phil, she allegedly faked her own death. It should come as no surprise to me because she's literally faked her own children's deaths. After the taping, I was in a phone conversation with David, a member of the non-for-profit group that Amy was involved with. As I was on the phone with David, he received a message from Amy's cell phone number from a family member claiming that she had killed herself. Tonight at 10:37, Amy successfully committed overdose. Courtney and the Dr. Phil show will be the reason I have to put Amy in the ground. May you burn in eternal hell. I didn't believe this for 1 minute. Because the non-for-profit is so serious about suicide prevention, they decided to call the local law enforcement in Amy's county to do a wellness check on her. They found Amy perfectly alive at her house. After they realized that Amy was alive, they ran her information and found out that she had an outstanding warrant in a nearby county, and then placed her under arrest. The drama that revolves around Amy is like a bad made-for-TV movie.
Okay, so Amy, thankfully, was not dead. Don't wish that on anybody. No. And somebody claimed she was, and claimed we were all responsible for that. And there's a text regarding her alleged suicide. Says, tonight at 10:37 p.m., Amy successfully committed overdoses. You, Courtney, and the Dr. Phil show will be the reason. Amy, in the ground. May you burn in eternal hell. Don't call the cops to show up at my house. Then a member of the Dr. Phil staff here received this message. You and your show made Amy try to kill herself tonight. Leave us alone, you blank fools. Amy is on a respirator because of you. Do not contact us. You and the show are a joke. And the supervisor that handles that is Justin. When this message came in that Amy's on a respirator, Amy's killed herself, it's all your fault, what did the staff member come say to you?
And she ran in almost in tears into my office. I mean, I haven't ever seen her like that. I said, what's wrong? And she showed me that text message. And so we immediately called David, who received the other text message. And he said, oh, you can calm down. I sent someone to do a wellness check and she's fine, but she did get arrested. So.
Yeah. Now, David is the person that she was doing the fundraising.
Yes, that was one of her partners in the nonprofit.
For the for the veterans, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And suicide was a huge cause for them, so that even rattled them to their core as well. I mean, that was scary for them.
Yeah. So we decided to start checking on this. They decided to start checking on this. And oh, by the way, at the same time, Amy's Instagram profile changed to RIP. Hate helps suicide. And Amy was arrested on a warrant for theft when the wellness check took place, correct?
Yes, she was.
Well, here's the police report. Upon placing Amy into my back seat, she became violent and kicking the partition. A hobble restraint was placed around her ankles. Amy then removed the hobble restraint but remained calm. Rescue 46 arrived. Amy began shouting profanities at them, denying medical services. Now, Courtney claims the drama has not stopped, and she and her teen daughter have now become victims themselves. Take a look.
You want an honest opinion? I can't stand Courtney.
Since Amy and I were with Dr. Phil, I believe that she has been cyberbullying. In post, I've been accused of making money out of speaking against Amy, been called a horrendous mother, a liar, and a scam artist. There have been several social media accounts that were set up to made to look like they were me. LMAO, anyone who can't carry a baby full term is worthless. And on those fake accounts, there were messages sent and posts being made to make it seem as though I was cyberbullying Amy. If you bury a baby, then obviously she's garbage. These are definitely not my words. I would never say anything so horrible to another human being. At the same time I was being attacked, my 15-year-old daughter was also being attacked on social media. The things that were posted were horrific, disgusting, sexually explicit, calling her promiscuous, which were all lies. My daughter was horrified. There was even a message sent directly to my daughter that said, "This is what your mom gets when she lies. I know you're a slut. You seem to contact everybody. Your daughter will pay." After receiving those messages, I was scared for my daughter. I contacted authorities and filed police reports in order to protect her. Because the post was made towards a minor, this was considered cyberbullying. The sheriff's department did their best to try to get the post taken down, but were unsuccessful. It devastated my daughter. She had a very hard time dealing with the fact that that post still remained up for people to see. My daughter was completely victimized by all of this, and she did not deserve a bit of it.
Well, Courtney, it's good to see you again.
You too.
You say since the show, since she was here, that she has been cyberbullying you and your daughter, correct?
Absolutely.
And you understand she denies that.
Of course
She tells us that's not true, that's not her, she's not doing that. She allegedly posted that you were paid to come on here and it was in your name.
Yes, it was
It says, "I'm Courtney, I lie. I got paid to be on the Dr. Phil show and I let my daughter," I won't repeat this vulgar comment, just to make the record clear, you didn't get paid to come on this show.
No, I
You
did not
came
get
here
paid.
on your own free will to
Yes.
talk about something of public concern.
Absolutely. I came here to let the public know of what she is and to warn people about what she's doing to others.
You say that your daughter received a message
Yes.
that said, quote, "You will pay for what your mom did."
Yes.
And this was very personal information that only Amy knew about your 15-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Where is Amy? Well, when we decided to do this follow-up, she said, "Yes, I'm going to come." We invited her to come to the show again, and she agreed. She conducted her recorded interview over the phone. She even showed up at the airport and texted my staff she was boarding her airplane. So, Justin, what happened then?
She changed her flight and flew somewhere else.
On our ticket?
Yes, we paid for a trip to a said location.
She went to the airport, text, "I'm here."
Communicated all morning. She said, "I boarded the plane." So just something clicked and I said, "You should probably, let's just check because you never know." We called and said, oh yeah, no, she got on a plane, but it's not to Los Angeles. She went up to the counter and changed her flight.
So up until she got on that plane, she's telling you she's coming here.
Very receptive, answered our calls, did everything she needed to do. No problems.
Then she texted producers saying she was sorry, but she had too much anxiety about coming back. Now, we've reached out to Amy several times since, but we've not received a response. That ever happened to you before?
Not in 16 years.
Not in 16 years. Okay. So that's not an allegation. You know that to be true.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I didn't turn my computer off. Oh, somebody is playing though. How interesting.
Listen to music ad-free. YouTube Music Premium. Start a 1-month free trial.
You gotta be stupid. Why would anybody pay for this piece of shit when they just steal all your money? Or stole all my money. But they all say it's theirs. That poor Rittenhouse kid, what a joke. Is there a ritual sacrifice?
Make incredible memories and incredible pizza during.
You guys can't even remember your names. And they're still playing Let's Go, Brandon.
Cases and hospitalizations are down now more
I
than
mean,
50%. And over the past 2
his
weeks,
brain
cases
capacity
and
is down
hospitalizations are
50%.
falling in approximately 40 states. A year ago,
You're playing music
we had
on
no
your phone,
vaccines.
catching up on
Just
all the
this
latest
week, we had
They're
tunes.
doing porn on their phone.
80% of adults have at least one shot. That's 4 out of every 5 adults. And for our seniors, over 95% have gotten this one shot.
Yeah, death rates are higher for the vaccinated with your pretend vaccine.
Over 20 million.
Yeah, and right away you got that shot. You got stupid.
100 to about 60 million unvaccinated.
Boy, look at that go.
We're proud to say black and brown adults, Native American vaccinated the same rate as white adults.
They know they're missing an enzyme.
Vaccination program is now
Who's screwed AF? I know they were involved.
A few months before I came to office, the economy was stagnant, creating only 60,000 jobs.
It's still stagnant.
Since I've taken office, it's now averaging 600,000 new jobs.
All right, Biden, answer me this. When you have products that are supposed to be sold by professionals, and they're getting sold off on Amazon by non-professionals, what part of Build Back Better is that?
It matters in terms of their not just physical health and mental health. Now, during this pandemic, we've seen just how important being in school is.
What
for families
school?
and for our country. A year ago, we were heading into a Thanksgiving. The public health.
Nobody's eating no
protocols
damn
provide
turkey.
Against traveling or gathering with family
It's
and
all
friends.
poison. Look at
Last
this.
Thanksgiving for the first
Beth
time.
Bowling. Go, go, go.
My son.
What kind of crap is that?
Our tables and our hearts are going to be filled thanks to the vaccines.
You're stupid
We made
again.
incredible progress over
You'll
these
think you're
last
eating
months.
turkey.
We have to keep going. The pandemic is not yet behind us, but we're
It's a
getting there.
plague.
So please do your
Plague,
No
pandemic,
someone's not
propaganda.
vaccinated. Encourage them
It's
to
all
get
poop.
vaccinated. And folks who haven't gotten vaccinated yet, please get vaccinated. It's easy.
I've never had the
It's
flu.
accessible, and
I
it's
don't get
free.
sick.
Get vaccinated.
Why would you want a well
God bless
person
you all, and I'll take
to put poison in their body?
I'll start all the way to the end. You're not all the end, but that's okay. You're up.
As leader of the Democratic Party, how much
What a
responsibility
schmoozer. That Ryan's a loser.
Well, look, yesterday reminded me of
What,
one of the
Let's Go,
sacred rights we
Brandon?
have is to be able to
If you were president,
cast our votes.
you wouldn't be
And
allowing that
remember
crap.
that we all have an obligation to accept the legitimacy.
You have an
I was
obligation.
talking to Terry, the president today. He got 600,000 more votes than any Democrat ever has got.
Oh, is that YouTube
He
numbers?
brought out every Democrat about there was more votes than ever have been cast for a Democratic incumbent. I'm not an incumbent, a Democrat running for governor.
No, the government
And no
doesn't
government
look at these
in
chats.
Virginia has ever won.
Or are they
The
playing
same
this
disease
game?
is the same party as the city president. What I do know is
You don't know
I do
much.
know that people want us to get things done. They want us to get things done.
You mean
And
genocide?
that's why I'm continuing to push very hard for the Democratic Party to move the
Biden doesn't want to tell Brandon the truth.
infrastructure bill,
Aww.
Build Back Better.
Did they break
I
up?
think if we look,
Is it Trumpy
think about
Bear?
what we're talking about. People are upset and uncertain about a lot of things.
Well, because y'all said you were president.
COVID to
And they call you Mr. Biden?
jobs to a whole range of things, and the cost of a gallon of gasoline.
I think
And so
Biden
if
got
I'm able
fucked
to
up in
pass,
Korea.
sign the law, my Build Back Better initiative, I'm in a position where you're going to see a lot of those things ameliorated quickly.
Ameliorated? Like
So that has
symptoms?
to be done.
Amelioration of symptoms defines what your problem is. Like the hate, using the word hate.
Well,
That's hate speech.
I think we should have passed before Election Day, but I'm not sure that I would be able to have changed the
Joseph
number
Panaski
of
Sr.
very conservative folks who turned out in red districts who were Trump voters, but maybe.
Rednecks.
No, I know we did, but I.
You don't
also
know
was
anything.
running against Donald Trump.
You are out to lunch.
Possibly do differently to avoid similar losses in November, especially as Republicans.
Oh, look at that thing repopulate. I ain't playing no more. Toggle the timestamp. Who's the participants?
Look, one of the
Oh,
things that is important. to
we got a
understand is
lot.
that if they pass my
I
legislation,
think those are called
they're
your
gonna be able to reduce the
sock
price. They're going to
accounts.
see a reduction in the price of the drugs they have to get because Medicare.
You guys were
Medicaid
supposed to be wrangling
lower
up
the price
these
of drugs.
illegal
If they
drugs
pass my
online. I
legislation,
can
we're
see
gonna
more.
that nobody, some of you who have children in daycare or children in childcare.
No,
we're
there's
paying
less
up to
children being
$14,000
born.
a year.
You figure it's an easy
You
win.
never have to pay that much money. You live in Washington already. Never more than 7% of your income.
17?
They're gonna
Oh, I
see
pay
that,
way more than 17%
they'll get
interest
tax breaks.
on the money you
Genuine
guys
tax
stole.
breaks. That's what Trump's telling my bad joke. But anyway, but the point is that we have to move and make it clear that what we've done is increasing the
story
people
goes
need
so
a little
deep.
breathing room. They're overwhelmed.
And it's so
And
demanding.
what happened was
Yeah, you guys
we
saying
had to
I'm
just
irrelevant.
reduce
You don't
the
know.
change.
When I did your hair,
You
toggle the
think I
timestamp.
can't imagine. I can't imagine.
You suck, Molly
Oh, yes,
Golightly.
it's very, very.
Kendrick Lee and his brothers suffered the unimaginable.
Judge, when this woman was supported there in the
Oh, there goes people racing down Royal.
The answer is
The
just
judge
speak the
was
truth.
like, hey,
Yeah, we are.
$9,000 bail is too low for this hole. You know?
I'm
You want to know
convinced
something? It's
that
the worst.
If you look at
It's
everything
the
from my
worst
view on
story
criminal
for
justice
the
system
40 ads. All right.
to
So if
my
you don't know
view
it, I'll
on
go through
equal
it right now.
opportunity, to my view on
Mom
economic
allegedly
issues,
lived
and all
with
the
dead
things that happen
child's
that I push
remains in
legislation.
Houston or her
Each of
house
the elements
for
are
months.
overwhelmingly popular. We have to speak
In fact, the woman that I
speak
was
to them,
talking
explain
to
them.
is in
Look.
Houston. That's crazy, right?
I just think people
The one that I just
are
session
at a
with.
point of misunderstanding
Texas mother
where
lived
there's
for
a
months
whole
with the
lot
remains of her 8-year-old son.
everything from are you gonna ever get COVID under control to are my kids gonna be in school?
Was allegedly killed
Stay in
by her
school?
boyfend before abandoning
To
and locking
whether
up
or
her
not,
3 other children.
I'm
Along with
gonna
their
get a tax
brother's
break that
decomposing
allows
body.
me to be able to pay for the needs of
According
my
to
kids and
gruesome
my
new
family.
details reported on
And they're all
Monday,
things
Gloria
that
Williams,
we're gonna-
35,
that I'm
made her
running
first
on.
court appearance in
We're
Harris
running
County
on.
on Monday, where she was charged.
This ought to be good.
Sorry, all these ads are driving me insane.
About the way forward, Mr. President.
Yeah,
As you're leaving for your
see?
overseas.
Don't get angry with YouTubers that have ads
Illegal
that are making
immigrants
money
separated from
with,
their families at the border,
you know,
up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million. per
exploiting the dead children. Now look at this, that's exploitation.
If it isn't, it's hey, but you
You guys keep sending that garbage out. Yeah. So it's not true.
This is how they do it. We show Kit Kats.
$450,000
for
That was separated from a family member.
she bitch got all the money in the fucking world. So this is what real life is. Okay? We don't give a shit about Jessica Richard.
When you went to try to help Terry
According to new details,
you mentioned trauma, 24 times. You still think the voters really want to hear you talking about
poor boy
or
is
the
8 years old,
expecting them to
beaten to death, killed,
The
and his
reason I
body
mentioned
is in
Trump,
a
I
bedroom.
don't count the
She
time,
locked her
because
kids in
the issues
in
in
that
sports are
bedroom.
affecting their lives every day.
Rent was being paid, by welfare.
Thank you.
Leaving the body behind with her 3 other children, 15, 9, and 7 in the home. Jake's age and 2 that are much littler. Oh my God. The children who appear to have different fathers told authorities that they